Brinkerhoff takes it right at Jarman, and Nick says, not in my paint. Warner Smith for three. Yes, Aaron Smith hits the three.
Rich Rebel basketball is on.
After another 20-win season and a 10th consecutive appearance in the semifinals, the Rebels have their sights set on getting back to the championship game for what would be the third time in 4 years.
Reagan gets it back, fires underneath, pretty pass. Porter Weston with the finish.
Coach Ashley Brown leads the Rebels back onto the hardwood.
Clark with the offensive board. His putback, front of the rim, drops over the top and in.
And with two of last year's top scorers returning, the Rebels are ready to run.
3-2, Jordan Cook in the lane. One floats it up and in at the buzzer. Jordan Cook.
MyLocalRadio.com presents Rich Rebel basketball on KADQ FM 98.3 Rebel Radio with live streaming video at MyLocalRadio.com.
Outside right wing, Cameron Calder from downtown, he hits.
Rich High School Hoops is brought to you by
the Wind River Hotel and Casino of Riverton, Wyoming, West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign of Evanston, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, and by MyLocalRadio.com.
Rich works it around and finds Jarman inside. Perfect pass from Osler. Easy finish by Nick Jarman. Nick has 15 points. 12 rebounds, 5 blocks.
And now, Rebel Round Ball fans.
Left wing, Trineri for three. Yes, Case and Trineri from downtown.
Tie up the horses and turn up the volume as we head courtside to join the voice of the Rich Rebels, Ryan Steineckert.
Anderson, left wing, fakes the three, drives in, puts it up off the glass and in. Good evening and welcome, Rebel fans, to Rich Rebel basketball on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. It's time for the Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show. CPA for all your accounting needs. Call 208-847-2601. That's Gary H. Tusher. The Rebels hit the hardwood tonight for the Bear Lake rivalries. The Bear Lake Bears are in town, and the tip-off is set for 7:30. In the meantime, we've got the Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show with the scene set coming up when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Whether you own a business or run a household, understanding where your money goes can help you improve overall financial stability. It can also help you reduce stress and help you plan for the future. Certified public accountant Gary Tusher understands money, income, expense, taxes, investments, assets, depreciation, and more. Make sure when it comes to your financial security, you're working with the best. Gary Tusher, CPA, serves business customers and private individuals. Call Gary Tusher, CPA today.
When you need to hire a semi, Sabey Trucking in Woodruff, Utah is the place to call. Scott and Diana Sabey have been serving customers across the nation since 2007. It's important to know that your loads are being handled professionally by honest, reliable drivers. The team at Sabey Trucking reminds you, safety first. Don't text and drive. For all your long haul and short haul needs, get it there safely and on time. Call today, Sabey Trucking, 435-503-0454.
Welcome back to Rich High School and the Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show. If you're tuned in online at MyLocalRadio.com, JV team right now trailing 41-33 against the Bear Lake Bears JV squad. And it's time to look ahead at today's matchup on the scene set. Rebels and Bears coming in. It's been a great rivalry especially the last few years. And we'll talk about that a little bit more on our pregame show. Rebels come in at 5-3. Most recently, it's been a while since the Rebels took the court, December 16th. So that's a solid 3 weeks since Rich has had a basketball game. In that last game, Rich beat Mountain View from Wyoming 63-40. Rebels had 21 points from Aaron Smith. Nick Jarman scored 10. Cameron Calder had 10, Porter Weston 9, and the Rebels, again, won by 23, a dominant win. Rebels had a good weekend at that Flaming Gorge Classic with a 4-point loss against 4A Rock Springs and a dominant win over Lyman, 52-31. So Rich, at that weekend, 2-1, lost only to the big bad Rock Springs Tigers. So Rich, again, as I mentioned, at 5-3 coming in. And Bear Lake, been a little bit better. 8-1 so far this season, including that win over Rich the last time these teams played, December 7th up in Bear Lake, a 39-30 victory for the Bears. Now looking at at Bear Lake, what they've done this season, their only loss so far this year was their season opener. They lost against Ryrie, gave up 69 points, but since then they've not allowed more than 48. 4A Jackson at the Green River tournament scored 48 points against Bear Lake, and they allowed 47 a couple of times. Mountain View scored 47 against the Bears, and nobody else has been able to score more than those 48 points. In fact, holding Rich to 30. They held Ryrie and Grace to 43 points apiece. So after losing the season opener to Riley, they bounced back and beat Ryrie 2 days before Christmas. So there's a Bear Lake team that's improving. They're 8-1 on the season in their defense of last year's state championship. Speaking of which, that was the second state title in Bear Lake's history. They won it all in 1996 in 3A. Last year, as the state champs, they went 23-4. They finished the season on a 16-game winning streak and beat Ryrie for the title. In 2015-16, just 7-17, and did not make the state tournament. Same in 14-15. And also in 13, 14, 12, and 13, they went for 4 years without making the state tournament. After in 2011 and 12, they won the consolation bracket. Last time these teams met, as I mentioned, it was a defensive battle, and Bear Lake won that one 39-30. The Rebels had just 2 points in the fourth quarter, and defensively, Rich was good. You hold Bear Lake to 39 points, but offensively, Rich was, well, awful. 28 turnovers in the game and just 30 points in the loss. Aaron Smith, the lone Rebel in double figures, had 11 points, and Rich needs a better offensive night tonight if they want to beat Bear Lake, and probably the biggest part of that would be to not turn it over 28 times. If they can limit those turnovers to 15, maybe at the most 20, I think they'll give themselves a pretty good shot to win tonight's game. In JV action, the Rebels are battling back. The JV was down by 16 points, and with 3:43 left in the fourth, the Rebels are back to within 3. It's a battle in the JV game, varsity games coming up. And when we look back at the history of these two teams, going back 12 years, Bear Lake 11 wins, Rich 10, and that includes the 39-30 win that Bear Lake had earlier this season. That's your scene set. So we got more of the pregame show coming up. It's brought to you by Gary H. Tusher, CPA for all your accounting needs. And stay tuned. You got your standout student coming up. We'll talk with Keegan Terry, a senior at Rich High School, when we return on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com.
When you're buying and selling real estate, you want to work with an agent that knows the area and understands property values. You want to work with an agent that listens to what you're looking for and knows how to find it for you. And it's important to know all of your options. That's why it's smart to work with the best. Gary McKee and the agents at Bear Lake Realty in Garden City, Utah, helping folks buy and sell real estate for over 25 years. When you work with Bear Lake Realty, you're working with the best. Visit bearlakerealty.com today. Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires and offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Good ball movement by the Bears in the JV game. Rebels get a takeaway. Rich trails by 3, 43-40 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard again, and that's the JV game. Varsity action is coming up. You're tuned into the Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show for all your accounting needs, and the tax time is coming up soon. Call 208-847-2601. Tip-off is set for 7:30, and in the meantime, we've got your standout student. And tonight we talk with with Keegan Terry, a senior wrestler at Rich High School. We'll talk with Keegan when we return here on the Wildlife, KADQ FM 98.3, with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com.
Rolene Kennedy of Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston is your Rich County representative. The mother of 5 Rich High graduates and grandmother of 3 more graduates in the making, Rolene is here for you. She's a recipient of GM's highest salesman honor, the Mark of Excellence Award winner, meaning she provides you with the best customer service in the industry. The next time you're looking for a car or truck, think Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, your Rich County representative. When it comes to hard things in life, don't say, why me? Just say, try me. Remember, it's the tough things that make us the strongest. The cattle ranchers at Laziest Ranching are proud supporters of the youth in our community. Sim, Joe Jean, Carol, and Millie Weston, along with Sim Jr. and Meggie, remind everyone to eat more beef and cheer on the Rich Rebels. That's right. Eat more beef and cheer on the Rich Rebels.
We're back on the Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show. The Rebel JV team has battled back from a 16-point deficit and leads by 1 with 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Time for your standout student, and we'll get that scoreboard up there so you can keep track of the JV score as you listen and watch the standout student. And tonight we're visiting with Rebel senior and wrestler Keegan Terry. Ryan STEINECKERT with senior Keegan Terry at Rich High School. Keegan, thanks for your time today.
Yeah, no problem.
How's the senior year going?
It's going pretty good. There's some ups and downs, but that's like every high school.
Tell me some of the ups so far.
The ups, we're doing wrestling's here, of course. I love wrestling, and then all the sports are fun to go to and watch.
When did you first start wrestling?
My first wrestling was like 7th grade. I thought it was going to be fun, but it was difficult, so I kind of quit, but then I came back, and then I love it now.
What brought you back to it?
My brother. He made me do it because he did it when he was in middle school, and so, yeah.
There's kind of no middle ground for wrestling. There are people that just don't do it, don't get it, and then guys like you who love it.
Yeah. Some people wrestle first year round and don't like it at all, but then you click sometimes, and that wrestling clicked for me.
What do you love about it?
I love about it because, like, football was awesome, but I didn't do it my senior year because I didn't really like the team thing. But I like that feeling when I win, but I also love that feeling winning as a team.
You get both of those elements in wrestling. You work as a team, and you get the spotlight when you're out on the mat.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. My whole team is awesome. They cheer for me when I'm out there, and I cheer for them, and we just back and forth.
Your last match against Bear Lake, you were down late. What happened? Tell me about what was going through your head.
Oh, it was struggling, to be honest with you. I was just out of breath, like asthma was catching my side. I was kind of sick. Then I look at that score, and I'm like, oh, crap, I got to do something. And so I was like, I got up, threw that sag headlock, pinned him. The funny thing was I got a bloody nose, and they stop it if there's a bloody nose. I just sniffed that up and finished it.
You had to take a risk. I mean, if you don't get the headlock, the sag headlock in there good, he pins you or you lose anyway. So you just went for it all.
Yeah, I went for it. I threw the sag headlock. It's one of my better moves. I haven't thrown it in a while just because it's New Year, trying new stuff, and it worked.
You had a few days off, no practice, lots of food in the house, probably lots of treats. How did the winter break treat you? Did you put on any pounds?
I actually did pretty good. I didn't gain as much pounds as I thought I did. I just sat on my couch playing video games, really, and went snowboarding once, and then I just hung out, yeah.
What else do you do at Rich High School? Are you doing the musical or anything, any spring sports?
I might do golf, but it's a small chance. I kind of need to go work and get ready for college or life.
Speaking of college and life, what's after Rich High School?
I plan on moving to Logan and going to BACT and just starting just to be a life now.
Do you want to go into robotics, or do you know what path at BATC?
I want to be a mechanic because I worked on cars my whole life.
You have a truck or a car that you fixed up, and that's what you drive?
Yeah, I can't drive right now, but because it's broken, but I still fix it up. It should be ready by next summer.
You sound like a mechanic already, a work in progress.
Yeah.
Keegan, what else are you interested in? What else do you like to do outside of being a mechanic, working on cars, and then wrestling and school stuff?
I like just to hang out with friends, be active, not just stay in the house all day, snowboard, ride dirt bikes, play with my dog. That's it.
You have academic goals for your senior year?
Just pass.
Get finished. How about athletic goals? You got the wrestling going on right now. Do you have a goal for yourself in wrestling?
Take state.
Do you know where you're at? I mean, you're probably pretty aware of other guys around the state at your weight class. How much do you need to improve, or where are you sitting?
I'm sitting decent right now. Like, I have tough competitors at region, but then I also I can do it. Like, it's possible. I just have to work hard and focus on what I need to do.
One of the marks of a good goal is that it's attainable. So you got that one down.
Yeah, and if I do end up wrestling one of my best friends, I'll just have to wrestle him. It's going to suck, but it's happened before.
That's one of the interesting things about a wrestling team, too, right there. Sometimes you have to beat your teammate to win.
Yeah, like last year I wrestled my best friend for a place in state, and he ended up winning, but we both end up best friends still.
Keegan, what's your favorite thing about being a Rich Rebel?
I like how everyone's just always happy, and the sports are pretty good.
Senior Keegan Terry at Rich High School, wrestler and future mechanic. Thanks for your time so much. Good luck with wrestling and the rest of your school year.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, thanks, Keegan. You're tuned in to the Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show, and when we come back, we'll visit with the bench leaders of today's teams. Brandon Carlson of Bear Lake, Ashley Brown of the Rebels. That's coming up in the T7 Propane and Woodruff Coaches Show here on Rebel Hoops. JV team leads by 5 with 28 seconds left to go on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Hi there, Craig Dearden with Castle Rock Chevrolet right here in Evanston. Of course, it's about finding you that perfect vehicle, but at Castle Rock, it's about a lot more. It's using our experience to get you the best rate. We will get you the vehicle that you've always wanted. It's about knowing your vehicle is in the right hands. Throughout the buying experience here at Castle Rock Chevrolet, we're here for you. If you're ready to buy a new truck, come to Castle Rock. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. We're a different kind of dealer.
The best family vacations create lifelong memories. Schedule a family whitewater rafting trip today. Packages include your hotel room, transportation, whitewater rafting, and lunch in a native teepee. The Wind River Canyon is located on the Wind River Indian Reservation in Riverton, Wyoming, and is home to the Northern Arapaho and Eastern Shoshone tribes. Come and enjoy the waves, the breathtaking views of the oldest canyons in Wyoming. Call today the Wind River Hotel and Casino, where families play, stay, win. 866-657-1604.
This is Rich Rebel head basketball coach Ashley Brown here on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, and we're about 15 minutes away from the opening tip here on the Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show.
Welcome to the Ashley Brown Coaches Show, brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. For all your propane needs, 435-793-4208. That's T7 Propane in Woodruff. It's the season home opener for the Rebel boys basketball team, and it doesn't get much tougher. It doesn't get much more of a rivalry as the Bear Lake Bears are in town tonight in Randolph. This will be the second time the Rebels have faced the Bears this season. No one sees the game the way the coaches do, so we'll take a few minutes to visit with opposing coach Brandon Carlson, and then we'll talk to Rebel head man Ashley Brown and get his thoughts on today's game. You're tuned in to Rich High School basketball on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, with live streaming video at MyLocalRadio.com.
Normally we would jump into a quick ad break here, but with the Rebels on top by 5, 8.5 seconds to go in this JV game, we bring you the final few seconds of this one. Fouled on a three-point attempt was Luke Schwarting. So he's, no, not Luke. Is that Luke Schwarting at the free throw line? Took three free throws, a timeout on the court with, again, Rich JV team on top by 4, 50-46, 8.5 seconds left to go. We'll jump into that ad break now. Be back to talk with Brandon Carlson, head coach of the Bear Lake Bears, right after this on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The professionals at T7 Propane place their focus on safety, quality product, and excellent prompt service, so you can rest easy and enjoy the affordability and efficiency of propane. Serving residential and business customers every day, T7 would love to serve you as well. For all your propane needs, call T7 Propane in Woodruff, 435-793-4208.
Welcome back to Rich High School, the Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show. When it's tax time, call Gary H. Tusher, CPA for all your accounting needs. 208-847-2601. That's 208-847-2601. Get a Stacy's Repair scoreboard up there for you for these final 8.5 seconds. Missed free throw. Huffner has the rebound tipped away from him. And he can't believe it. They'll give it to Bear Lake. He pulled his hands down to try and make it clear for the officials. They did not see it the same. And Coach Bill Cornea calls for a timeout. 6.5 seconds left. The Rebel JV team on top by 4. Let's jump into that interview with Coach Brandon Carlson of the Bear Lake Bears. Ryan Steineckert with Brandon Carlson of the Bear Lake Bears basketball team. Coach, thanks for your time.
You bet.
How's your team done since you beat Rich 39-30 at your place about a month ago?
We're 8-1. We lost our very first game of the year to Ryrie, and we've gotten better every game, which you want. But we were still trying to figure some things out early. But we've had a good run so far.
The improvement is obvious where you lost to Ryrie, but then you beat them later on, just right before Christmas?
Yeah, it was our first game of the year when we went up there, and like I said, we had some guys, Evan and Avery were a big part of our team going into that first game. It was our first game, their third, and not make excuses, but we weren't ready, kind of figuring out who we were and without those guys. And so playing them on the 23rd, we knew them, and so we could prepare a little better, and we got after them defensively, and we're just playing better.
Looking back at that game when Rich was at your place, you beat him 39-30. It was a defensive battle. You guys forced almost as many turnovers as Rich scored. You had a lot of steals and forced a bunch of turnovers.
And that's the way our program. We try. Sometimes it don't work, but we give up 60-something points that first game, and I don't think we've given up over 48 since our first game. And if you're struggling offensively, that's what we preach. Is if offense isn't going, we can always control our effort and our defense and rebounding, and that's what we've kind of hung our hat on. And we've had some games where we scored, but then there's been the low-scoring games where nobody's scoring, but we need to play defense and rebound and take care of the ball.
It feels like, if I remember right, it was a third quarter where you guys held Rich to just 2 points. They just couldn't find anything, make anything happen. Of course, I think you only scored 4 that quarter.
Yeah, I remember talking to the radio at home after that. They're like, that's the first time I think I've ever seen you score 4 points and actually gain a lead. So that was kind of crazy. And that's early. I think that was our third game, and I don't know that was probably Rich's second or third game. And that's to be expected at times. You're going to have quarters to where you just don't score, the ball don't go in the hole. But we're almost halfway through the season. This is our 10th game, and you hope that you can be a little bit more consistent. But coming out of the Christmas break, a lot of eating going on, trying to get some of the holiday cheer burn off. But you never know what's going to happen. We played last Friday, and so we're back in school. So we hope we're back in a groove.
Over about the last 15 years, you have 11 wins. Rich has 10 in this rivalry. It's been a real tight back and forth, and it's almost you win at your home, they win at their home.
Yeah, there's been some good battles. I've come over here and got my butt kicked a lot of times, and then they've kicked my butt over in our place too. And it's a good rival. And there's been some really good teams and some good games over the years.
Coach, what do you want to see your team do today? What do you think you need to do to beat Rich at home?
It's defense and rebounding. We got to control the boards. We got to take care of Jarman inside. He's a big kid. He's good. I know he's probably averaging about 20 points a game, I'd imagine. And you got to keep Smith under control. If he's open, he's going to shoot your eyes out. And then the rest of them. It's a good team. Coach Brown does a good job with them. You're going to make an adjustment and they're going to attack you. It's going to be back and forth. We just got to do what we do: play defense, rebound, and take care of the ball and score when we got the opportunity.
Brandon Carlson, head coach of the Bear Lake Bears. Thanks for your time, and good luck tonight and through the rest of the year.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Coach. We're about 15 minutes away from tip-off in today's action. You're tuned in to the Ashley Brown Coaches Show, presented by T7 Propane in Woodruff. And we'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll talk with Coach Ashley Brown on the Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show here on KADQ FM, The Wildlife, 98.3, and mylocalradio.com.
Coverage of Rich High School sports is also being made possible by Delmas Equipment. Repairing equipment for over 20 years, farming equipment assembly, and custom fabrication. The Thompson Ranch. Brian and Becky Thompson, promoting student learning and success in all areas. And Western Ag Credit, Reliable credit for all things agriculture. Randolph is located near the geographic center of Rich County, Utah, on a high plateau with an average elevation of 6,300 feet. The first group of settlers, led by Randolph H. Stewart, camped on a knoll south of the present town site on March 14, 1870. Randolph is a town of extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 in the winter. The folks who live here are also extreme, extremely loyal, extremely friendly, and extremely supportive of our youth. Good luck to all the Rich Rebels this year from everyone at the town of Randolph.
Welcome back to the Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show. The Rebels and the Bears just moments ago, took the court and are running through their warm-ups. In the JV game, the Rebels came from behind to win 50-48. Freshmen lost 60-33. The last time these varsity teams met, Rich struggled offensively, scoring just 30 points, 28 turnovers in the game, and they lost 39-30. Rich will look to turn that around tonight in the Bear Lake rivalry against the Bears. Stay tuned. We'll talk with Coach Ashley Brown after this on the T7 Propane and Woodruff Coaches Show on Rebel Radio and mylocalradio.com.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
When you have dental care done, you let the dentist and the hygienists into your personal space. It's important that you and your family trust that your dentist will provide professional care in a comfortable atmosphere. Comprehensive Family Dental is a family-owned and operated business that understands how important this trust is. 2 locations make it convenient for you and your family when scheduling appointments. When it comes to your dental work, expect the best. Call Comprehensive Family Dental today at 435-793-2210.
Ryan Steineckert with Ashley Brown of the Rich Rebel boys basketball team. Coach, how was Christmas break?
It was good. You know, the kids got some days off. We got some days off as coaches, and hopefully they've got energy and ready to get back after it today.
In the past, at least the last 4 years, you've had a game during that break between Christmas and New Year's. Do you feel like that's an advantage? Is it an advantage to not have it like you have this year?
It's hard to tell. Some of the teams, like, you look at Tabby's score, and, they didn't play very well against Grace, and then they came back and beat North Gym. Playing during the break's hard because you don't get to practice other than those 1 days before your game. So, we'll see what happens this time. We haven't done this for a while, and we'll see if it benefits us or not.
What did you see in those 2 practices you had last week?
The kids remembered stuff really well, but they were, out of shape again, and so that's a big thing going into these 2 days that we got, is to get them back in shape and get ready for Bear Lake and Westside.
Does it really only give you Tuesday to get back in shape? Can you work them real hard Wednesday prior to Thursday's game?
We'll work them hard both days because they've had a break, and they're not going to like it, but that's what we're going to do. And and then we got 2 very good teams coming here on our home court, and so hopefully they're excited. Hopefully they're ready to get after it.
Last time you played Bear Lake, it was at their place. You scored just 30 points. They only scored 39. So the theme for you this year, your defense is very good. What do you need to do differently on offense to compete better with the Bears?
We had 28 turnovers in that game, and anytime you turn the ball over that many times, it's hard to score very many points because you're just giving up those empty possessions. And so that's going to be a big thing, is to take care of the basketball, make sure that we get shots at the basket, and if we'll do that, hopefully with them coming here, that we'll have a chance to win.
Do you know if they've got any of their guys back, like Avery Carlson, who didn't play last time?
I don't. I know that when I talked to him when we played him there, that this was a game that he could play in and should be ready for, but he wasn't sure what he was going to do with him.
You're hoping for a different game, maybe some different officiating being at home?
Yeah, you always hope for it. With the style they play, if they let them reach and grab and press you the whole time, it's very hard to get in an offensive groove, and it showed at Bear Lake. Offensively we weren't very good, and a lot of it had to do with what they were doing to us, and they're very aggressive, and their guards do a good job of getting after you, and so our kids are going to have to be ready, and they're going to have to take care of the ball.
I don't look at it much, but when I did look at 2 or 3 weeks ago, the Deseret News had Rich up top of their rankings. Is that something you like to see? Would you rather not see that? Because the boys start thinking about it and like to see that, don't they?
Oh, yeah. They love to see Rich at the top. But it's, we haven't played Panguitch and some of those teams down south that are very good teams. And so you can't look into it too much other than it's some good incentive to try to stay up there. And hopefully our kids want to do that. And they got some tough games coming up, so they'll have to play well to stay up there.
There have been some times in the past when you've been at the top and you feel like you have a target on your back?
Oh, yeah, but I think Panguitch is definitely the team that has a target on their back. They won it last year. They're a very good team again this year. So everybody in 1A knows that they're going to have to beat Panguitch to win a championship, and so I think they've got more of a target than we do.
Ashley Brown of the Rich Rebels, thanks so much for your time, and good luck this week with Bear Lake and Westside.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. This has been the Ashley Brown Coaches Show, brought to you by T7 Propane. For all your propane needs, 435-793-4208. If the kids aren't in bed yet, they might have to stay up till the game's over. Maybe wait till halftime because today's tip-off is just over 5 minutes away. You're tuned in to Rich High Rebel Basketball on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com. If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for. There's real power in enthusiasm. It spells the difference between mediocrity and having real, successful accomplishments. The mayor and town council from the town of Laketown recognize the enthusiasm of the parents, teachers, fans, and students of Rich High School. Whether it's your education, athletics, academics, or even your daily chores, enthusiasm can make all the difference. Welcome back to Rich High School. You've been tuned into the Rebel Basketball pregame show presented by Gary H. Tusher, CPA for all your accounting needs. So when tax time comes around, give them a call, 208-847-2601. That's 208-847-2601 for Gary H. Tusher. We're moments away from the Ned and Tammy Calder Goods on the Wood, the Rich County keys of the game, and the Town of Woodruff starting lineups, along with the Independent Software Solutions opening tip when we return on Rebel Basketball on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
They really appreciate every customer at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. They understand that you have lots of options when it comes to purchasing outdoor recreation vehicles. That's why they work hard to earn your business by making sure they understand exactly what you want. They're friends with their customers. When you're happy, they're happy. If you haven't been to their store, they invite you to come visit. And if you've already one of their friends, stop in again soon and check out all of this season's gear. Cache Honda Yamaha, in between Logan and Smithfield on US 91.
Whether you own a business or run a household, understanding where your money goes can help you improve overall financial stability. It can also help you reduce stress and help you plan for the future. Certified public accountant Gary Tusher understands money, income, expense, taxes, investments, assets, depreciation, and more. Make sure when it comes to your financial security, you're working with the best. Gary Tusher, CPA, serves business customers and private individuals. Call Gary Tusher, CPA today.
Welcome back to Rich High School and Rebel Basketball pregame of the Bear Lake rivalry. Rebels, of course, a few weeks ago lost at Bear Lake. A couple weeks ago hosted Bear Lake in wrestling, and the Bears won that duel. Rebel girls have lost twice to Bear Lake this season, once in overtime here at Rich, once at Bear Lake, and then add in some the football team as well this year. And it's not been a favorable sports year for Rich against Bear Lake. The boys will look to turn that around tonight. And we'll start things off with the Goods on the Wood, presented by Ned and Tammy Calder. Rebels are, of course, on the home floor. Big R there at center court. Rich will be the home team wearing the home whites. Expect a big crowd here tonight. Lots of fans traveled down from Bear Lake. We got the bleachers to my left completely full of Rebel fans, and across the way we're just about full. Of course, the pep band will be out for Rich, so they'll add to the atmosphere as well. Mr. Woods and the kids playing the music there. It'll be fun with that live music. We'll have a great atmosphere tonight. And those are your Goods on the Wood, brought to you by Ned and Tammy Calder. Time for your keys of the game, brought to you by Rich County. Rebels with a championship cause. Number one is the golden rule, and if you've watched any broadcasts of Rebel basketball in the last couple of years, you know that golden rule is the basketball is gold. You have to take care of it. The Rebels did not do that the last time they played Bear Lake. In fact, not even close. The Rebels turned it over 28 times, scored just 30 points in the game, and lost. And if the Rebels don't take care of it like they didn't take care of it at Bear Lake, it's going to be a long night for the Rich basketball team. The golden rule, take care of the basketball. Second key of the game, brought to you by Rich County, is win the battle of the boards. Rebels have a size advantage with Nick Jarman over just about any team that they'll face during the season, and especially against teams that are more on this closer to the same classification as Rich, like Bear Lake is. Now, the Bears do have some height. Houston and Hayden Peterson both right around 6'1", 6'2", plus some other guys with some height as well. So they're not small, but Rich does have the height advantage and has to take advantage of winning the battle of the boards, get some second chance opportunities, score some points on offensive rebounds, second looks at the basket. Third key of the game, brought to you by Rich County, is perimeter play. This is offense and defense. The Rebels have to be better than they were last time on the perimeter, and that starts with taking care of the basketball. It ends with making the right pass inside and not forcing things, and not trying to do too much, playing within the offense. It also extends to the defensive side of the ball. Last time these teams met, Trey Shaw had a big game. He had 3 3-pointers. Rebels did not defend him well at times on the perimeter. Zach Peterson also hit a 3-pointer. And if Rich, frankly, can get about the same defensive performance that they did against at Bear Lake, but take care of the ball better and have a better offensive performance, I think Rich has a good shot to win tonight. Those are your 3 keys of the game, brought to you by Rich County Rebels with a championship cause. Again, our pregame show tonight was brought to you by Gary H. Tusher, CPA for all your accounting needs. We're about 2.5 minutes away from your opening tip of today's game, brought to you by Independent Software Solutions for all your business computer needs. Rich and Bear Lake taking a little deeper look at the last time these teams met was up at Bear Lake December 7th, almost 1 month ago. And that was just the third game of the season for both teams. Bear Lake was coming off a 1-1 weekend the week before. They had lost by 12 against Ryrie and then beat Shelley by 9. The Rebels were coming off a 1-1 weekend as well, a win over Providence Hall and a loss to Grand County. And Rich, I don't know if they looked past Bear Lake a little bit. I think there was just a little bit of that as Rebels were looking ahead to a rematch of last year's semifinal game. The Rebels would take on Valley the next night in Richfield. That, again, was the night after Rich played at Bear Lake back on December 7th. And so there may have been a little bit of that, but Rich just didn't take care of the ball. They had 5 turnovers in the first quarter, 6 in the second period, 10 turnovers in that third stanza, scored just 2 points. Now, Nick Jarman had 19 rebounds, but just 4 points. And from what we've seen this season, Jarman needs to be a little more involved offensively, and that wasn't by his fault. It was just Rich did not take care of the ball well enough to get it inside to him. And we'll see, I'm sure, Bear Lake play that zone defense that has worked so well against Rich the last couple of years, and probably well beyond that. But Rich has to, again, the passing has to be far more crisp, smarter, quicker, and just all out better. Under a minute to go until game time. Also should mention that, again, Trey Shaw had 13 points in that win over Rich. Zach Peterson had 10. Avery Carlson did not play, and he's questionable. I talked with his dad, Coach Brandon Carlson, who said he has a doctor's appointment tomorrow. So medically, he has not quite been cleared to play. He had surgery 8 weeks ago, and he's been practicing. He's been running through drills. He has not scrimmaged with the team. Or at least to Coach Carlson's approval, he has not scrimmaged with the team. But he has been itching to get back and doing everything he can to get back and help his team. He's been a starting point guard for the Bears for the last 3 years. This is his 4th year in a row as a starting point guard, and well, he's a key player for the Bears, what they do both offensively and defensively as returning state champs and more. We're going to take a quick break. We've got your starting lineups coming up in just a moment. Those will be brought to you by the town of Woodruff, and we'll be back with those right after this on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
Coverage of Rich High School sports is also being made possible by Delmas Equipment, repairing equipment for over 20 years, farming equipment assembly, and custom fabrication. The Thompson Ranch. Brian and Becky Thompson, promoting student learning and success in all areas. And Western Ag Credit, reliable credit for all things agriculture.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
When you're buying and selling real estate, you want to work with an agent that knows the area and understands property values. You want to work with an agent that listens to what you're looking for and knows how to find it for you. And it's important to know all of your options. That's why it's smart to work with the best. Gary McKee and the agents at Bear Lake Realty in Garden City, Utah, helping folks buy and sell real estate for over 25 years. When you work with Bear Lake Realty, you're working with the best. Visit BearLakeRealty.com today.
Rich High Pep Band performing the national anthem, and it's time now for your starting lineups, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Mayor Bull Holman, council members Hugh Holman, Audrey Jessen, Raymond Franson, and Millie Bradshaw, along with clerk Lisa Bell. Looks like Principal Larson has a few announcements for the school, so we'll jump into our starting lineups and catch up. First, the visiting Bear Lakes coming in at 8-1 this season. They have yet to play a conference game, the same as the Rich Rebels. And starting junior, number 2, Trey Shaw. A senior, number 4, Walter Schwarting, or Walt Schwarting. A senior, number 5, Hayden Peterson. Senior, number 22, Houston Peterson. And junior, number 24, Zach Peterson. Those are your starting lineups, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. And for the Rich Rebels, seniors top to bottom, number 14, Cameron Calder. Number 15, Aaron Smith. Number 23, Jordan Cook. Number 31, Nick Jarman. And number 32, Porter Weston. Those are your starting lineups, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Mayor Bull Holman, council members Hugh Holman, Audrey Jessen, Raymond Franson, and Millie Bradshaw, along with clerk Lisa Bell. Now, as the Rebel starters come out onto the court, let me bring that starting lineups graphic back up there for you. The numbers there on points per game for the Bears, that's not points per game. That's what they scored against the Rebels the last time these teams met. There weren't a lot of points scored. Trey Shaw led the way with 13. Zach Peterson had 10. Nobody else had really anything to speak of other than Ashton Carlson came off the bench for 7. Hayden Peterson had 5. And then you had Schwarting and Houston Peterson with 2 points apiece. Rich wasn't any better. Only Aaron Smith scored in double figures. He had 11. Jordan Cook finished with 6. Cameron Calder and Nick Jarman 4 points apiece. But for the season, Jarman leads the way for Rich. 14 points, 11 rebounds per game. Aaron Smith at just about 13 points per game. Again, these are your starting lineups, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Your opening tip-off is brought to you by Independent Software Solutions for all your business computer needs. That's Independent Software Solutions. Just about to get underway, and it's Jarman against Schwarting for the tip. Rebels in the home whites, Schwarting and the Bears in the road blues. The official blows the whistle. We're ready to go. Schwarting in tight on Jarman, who wins the tip back to Smith. Aaron up toward the left side. Rebels attacking left to right at mylocalradio.com. Calder out on the left wing, dribbles around to the free throw line, gets a lane, kicks it back out to Cook. Calder was open in the corner for three, calling for it, but they couldn't get it to him in time. Jarman at the free throw line. A man-to-man defense from the Bears, a different look than we saw last time these teams met. The Bears came out, I believe, from start to finish in the zone. They may have gone to man just briefly at times. Wide open lane. Jordan Cook misses the left-handed layup, gets his own rebound, puts it back, and is fouled on the miss. Jordan maybe padding his stats? No. Just going to get an extra shot here. A couple of free throws, Bear Lake Realty free throws to start this game, and I like that play to see it again, but really it opened up the lane against that man-to-man defense, and Cook had a wide open layup opportunity. Misses the front end or the first free throw. Rebels 0 for 1 in the game. Rich struggling a little bit this year from the free throw line, just 56% as a team. Cook 6 of 12, including that miss. Second free throw eases down through. Rich on top, 1-0 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard. Jordan Cook with a point and a rebound. 7:20 left first quarter, brought to you by Pugstone Sporting Goods. Peterson goes inside. Schwarting camped in the lane, kicks it out, now gets out of the lane as a fan or a coach called out 3 seconds. Bears swing it around. Rebels in a man-to-man defense. Peterson kicks it back outside to Peterson. Up top to Shaw on the right wing. Bears attacking right to left. If you're watching online at mylocalradio.com, we've got Houston, Hayden, and Zach. Cameron Calder steps in, a station in Randolph Steele. Goes all the way to the other end, misses short. Jordan Cook with the offensive rebound, and Rich gets a second chance. Lob inside is a long pass. It's tipped by the Bears, and Porter Weston hustles and tracks it down. Cameron Calder, right corner three, a bit short off the iron, and the rebound pulled down by Peterson. I believe it was Hayden on the board. 1-0. Rebels have had a couple of second chance opportunities, just 1 point to show for it. Schwarting at the top of the key, bringing the Rebel defense out. Hands it off, and a drive by Houston. Peterson, nothing there. Kicks it back outside, swing it around. Running floater off target. Offensive board from Houston. He gets Cook in the air, and Jordan comes down on top of him. Houston fouled on the floor, and the Bears will inbound from the baseline. Trey Shaw to inbound. The junior goes into the corner. Zach Peterson dribbles up to the top of the arc. Smith on him. Then to Peterson. Jarman is switched on to Hayden. To Houston. Back to Hayden. Nick on him. Kick it back outside. Three-point shot attempt is off target. Rebound. Cook with his third of the game. He turns. He's hit. He's hit again. Loses it out of bounds as he dives for it. And Jordan Cook gets up with a sour look on his face like, wow, where's the whistle for the foul? And there certainly was a lot of contact. He went down, pops up, looks to be fine. Rebels with a turnover, but leading 1-0. 2 minutes gone by in this contest. Pugstone Sporting Goods first quarter. Bears have attempted just a couple of shots and missed them. Rebels have attempted more than that and missed them as well. Trey Shaw dribbles to his right, gets the switch they wanted. Porter Weston out top, and Cook was guarding underneath. Whistled for the foul against Houston, or Hayden Peterson rather, and that's Jordan's second foul. He stared down that official as he came up to the scores table, and Jordan will head for the bench with 3 rebounds and 1 free throw. Inbound to Hayden, good fake. He spins in the lane, then kicks it back outside. Houston into the lane, and he travels, and the Bears give it away back to Rich. Now we'll see if Rich can get some offense, find some offense. Jared Anderson in the game for Jordan Cook, who had to sit with 2 fouls. Bears were showing trap, but they back off. Smith crosses the timeline. Again, Rich attacking left to right in this first half. Rebels give it to Jarman underneath. He dribbles under, goes down below the hoop. He's blocked as he had gone real low. Porter Weston battling for the rebound, and he's called for the foul. Good defense. Jarman just got crouched down, and Schwarting, I believe, was the man with the block. 5:25 left, Pugstone Sporting Goods first quarter. And still 1-0. Rebels with a lead. Reminiscent of third quarter at Bear Lake when Rich scored 2 points, Bear Lake scored 4. Peterson, that's Zach, at the top of the key. Schwarting lobs inside. Houston Peterson. The lob goes down inside. He finishes. Good pass, and the Bears lead 2-1. Smith, left wing to Calder. Cameron, one dribble, looks for Jarman. Double team comes. Instead, Weston drives the lane, puts it up, can't get that to go. A fight for the board. Jarman thrown off balance and couldn't get to it. Instead, the Bears push up court. Shaw gets away with a carry, fires from 3 and misses. Offensive rebound, putback is off. Jarman tips the rebound to Anderson. Up ahead, Smith has it knocked away. He gets it back. He's hit again. And finally, the whistle's blown for the foul. Rebels with 3 team fouls. That's a second team foul on the Bears. This one called against Zach Peterson, the junior, his first. 4:40 left in the first. Rich down 2-1. Smith left open. He'll take the long three. Misses short. Rebound comes down to Schwarting. He skied high for that one. Up ahead to Shaw. Fires inside. Peterson misses or hits from the left side. Rebels did not get back quick enough. That was Hayden Peterson. Great pass from Shaw. Recognizing the Rebels not getting back defensively. Jarman at the free throw line. Ball stripped away, but it's into the hands of Smith. Anderson on the right wing. Bears have switched to the zone defense. 1-3-1. Jarman comes out high. Calder splits the D, gets inside, puts it up with the right hand and in. Cameron Calder with the drive and the finish. And Rich has their first field goal of the game with 4 minutes left in the first quarter. On the left wing, Houston to Schwarting. Shaw dribbles to his left free throw line. Pick and roll, goes inside. Schwarting, boy, he covered a lot of ground without traveling. Misses the shot, and Jarman pulls down his first rebound. The ball taken away, though, on Jarman's pass, and Zach Peterson has the steal. He was blocked on this shot. But the Bears have an inbound play from the baseline. Kenan Clark checks into the game. Porter West 4-3, Rebels down by 1. Shaw to inbound from the baseline. Gets it into Schwarting. Ball fake, stuffed on the right-handed hook shot. Jarman with his second block of the game. Anderson up court, has it knocked away. He dives to the floor and saves it back to Jarman. Left corner, Clark bounces inside. Nick is hacked. He turns and hits, but the foul first on the floor. Walter Schwarting picks up his first. 3:31 left first quarter, and the Rebels with a inbound play brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. They go into the left corner. Smith lobs back up for Anderson. Back to Aaron on the left wing. And then again to Anderson. They swing it around. Calder tries to drive, but nothing there. Swing it to Smith, left wing. 3:15 left to go in the first. Rich with 1 field goal in his first quarter. Bear Lake with only 2, so it's Bears on top 4-3. Smith dribbles toward the top of the key. Defense out on him. Skips it toward the top, and it's taken away. Up ahead, Shaw, then bounce across the lane. Hayden is hit, misses the shot. Not Hayden, but Houston Peterson. Rebels with a third turnover of the quarter, and with 2:59 left in the Pugstone Sporting Goods first. The Bears are at the free throw line. Houston Peterson, who has 2 points in the game, will shoot 2 free throws. His first off target left, short. That's Aaron Smith's first personal foul. Rebels with 4 team fouls. Jordan Cook on the bench with 2. Bears with 3 team fouls. Houston Peterson, second free throw on the way. Short again, rebound Jarman. And the score remains 4-3. Rebels down by 1. Anderson at the top of the key. Looks right, goes back left. Smith skips it across. Calder looks, then kicks up top to Anderson. Jared, 1 dribble. Coach Brown saying, come on, let's do it. Anderson, what a spin move at the top of the arc, or at the center floor. Jarman underneath. Blocked foul, or was it a jump ball? Coach Carlson comes off the bench asking for a jump ball. Anderson was out at midcourt and spun, kept his balance somehow to avoid a backcourt violation. Trey Shaw, the guilty party. Rebels inbound to Jarman. Ball knocked away from him, but Anderson has it in the corner. He drives, stripped away. Pass up court. Shaw saves it at the timeline. He'll dribble to his right and out of control, runs into Anderson, and he's bailed out with a blocking foul on Jared. So Rich with 4 turnovers in the quarter. Shaw will inbound again from the baseline. Bears on top 4-3. Quick inbound to Peterson. He misses the shot. Jarman tips it out to Smith, who dribbles behind the back, gets past the D. Pretty fake move. He's into the basket, and he gets the layup. Aaron Smith from coast to coast after Jarman tipped the rebound to him. Aaron dribbled behind the back, used the Euro step, got around the D, up with the shot. Hayden Peterson for 3 is an air ball. It's out of bounds. And what a battle between Kenan Clark and Hayden Peterson fighting for position. The Bear Lake coaches jumped off the bench calling for that was tipped or partially deflected. I did not see that. They did. The refs did not. Rebel basketball. Calder to Smith, right side, three-point shot, a bit short. Jarman skies for the rebound but couldn't get to it. A little out of reach, and Peterson has it. That was Hayden Peterson. Quickly to the left corner. Houston Peterson knocks down the three. Missed 2 free throws in a row earlier, but he drains the tray from the corner, and the Bears are back on top, 7-5. Cameron Calder is hacked. The ball squirts loose, and the Rebels foul as they try to get it back. Boy, we saw about 2 or 3 fouls as Calder was near the free throw line, but none of them called. Instead, Aaron Smith picks up his second, Rebels' 6th team foul. And Aaron will head for the bench. Kaysen Trineri checks into the game. He just helped the JV team come from behind for a 50-48 win. 7-5, Bears on top. 1 minute, 15 seconds left to go in the Pugstone Sporting Goods first quarter. Peterson fakes the three, tries to drive, kicks it back outside. Zach Peterson in the lane. Nowhere to go with it. Dishes off to Hayden. Down right corner, to Alleman. He'll kick it back out to Peterson, and Houston hits the jumper from just inside the free throw line. It's 9-5 Bears. They've built a 4-point lead. Calder into the corner. Anderson back up top. Cameron across the top to Trineri. Kaysen lobs a high pass for Clark, and he's mugged from behind as he tries to go up for the pass. And the whistle is blown for the foul. Zach Peterson picks up a second personal. A 5th Bear Lake team foul. No, the foul charge to McKay Alleman. My mistake. Inbound for the Rebels. Calder into the middle, a wild pass given away. Nobody on his team was looking for that, and the Bears had about 3 guys looking for it. That's 5 turnovers here in this first quarter. Rebels have got to take care of it better. That's your first key of the game, brought to you by Rich County. Trey Shaw dribbling outside. Anderson glances at the clock. It's a man-to-man defense, and Shaw wants to play for the last shot. Under 20 seconds to go. Zach Peterson back to Shaw, again to Peterson. Zach on the right wing, up top of the key. Ashton Carlson, pass up top. Anderson knocked it away. Shaw gets it back with 7-6. Pushes off, kicks it back out to Zach Peterson. Gets away with the carry. Kick it back to Shaw for 3. No, Jarman almost pulls down the rebound, but it's off target at the buzzer. And the Bears lead at the end of one, 9-5 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. This first quarter has been brought to you by Pugstone Sporting Goods. Winter, summer, spring, or fall, Pugstones has it all.
It doesn't matter what season you visit Bear Lake. Make sure you always stop at Pugstone Sporting Goods. You'll find lots of great quality inventory at low prices, including guns and ammo. During the winter, you can rent cross-country skis, snowshoes, and buy your ski passes to Beaver Mountain. Pugstones is always the best place to get information about the area and purchase your hunting or fishing licenses. Everything you need with one stop at Pugstone Sporting Goods at the 4-way stop in Garden City.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires and offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Defensive battle in that first quarter. The Bears with a 9-5 lead. Houston Peterson had 7 of the team's points, including a 3-pointer. The only 3 of the ball game so far. Left corner, Shaw dribbles around into the lane, slides through the lane, dishes off to Hayden Peterson, who makes the layup. And Shaw gets away with the travel. 7:35 left to go. Second quarter just underway in this J-Bar Auto second quarter. High quality service at a fair price. Kenan Clark in the lane, floats it high and misses. And the rebound, Hayden Peterson. Jarman tripped up as he heads up court as Ashton Carlson dribbles behind the back, then gives to Alleman, down inside, back to Peterson. Nice dish, and Peterson hits from the right elbow. Bear Lake finding their stroke offensively, moving the ball well, and the Bears lead 13-5 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels need to find that groove offensively. The zone defense has baffled Rich. Clark in the corner, Trineri lobs inside. Jarman goes up, pulls it away from the defense, turns and shoots. He's mugged about 4 times. No foul called. He gets his own rebound, and the Rebels restart back outside. Man, the Bears just getting away with murder inside the paint. Anderson at the top of the key. Trineri, left wing, ball fake, drives in, floats it up with the right hand and in. 13-7, Rebels' first field goal since about 2 minutes left in the first quarter. 13-7, Rich down by 6. Trey Shaw, top of the key, gives to Peterson. Hayden pivots around at the high post and then gives back to Shaw. He lost it for a second, got it back. Pretty crossover dribble, drives in, misses. Jarman the rebound. He contested the shot, altered the release. Anderson dribbles up court, kicks it out. Trineri for 3. Little too long. Calder tips it away from Peterson into the hands of Shaw. Up ahead to Avery Carlson. Touches it twice, kicks it back out. Shaw up top to Peterson for 3, and Hayden knocks it down. Hayden Peterson, 7 points in the quarter, and it's 16-7 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard. The Bears with the lead. Rebels will bring in Smith, Cook, and Weston in a moment. Rich gets it inside to Jarman, who misses the shot. Calder's hit from behind and the rebound knocked away. And once again, the Bears get away with just about anything they want inside the key. Boy, these officials are letting them just hack and swing and hammer away. Makes me think the Rebels should try to do the same thing on the other end. My goodness gracious. 5:34 left to go. Rebels, fortunately, knocked it off of Bear Lake, and Rich has a Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound play from the baseline. We'll look for a 3-point shot brought to you by Pro Physical Therapy. Maybe. Cook inbounds to Smith. Left corner, three-pointer is short. Rebound pulled in by Zach Peterson. Handoff to Hayden. Up ahead to Joey James, who misses the shot. His three-point attempt goes up, or Zach Peterson's rather, over the top of the backboard and out of bounds. Anderson inbounds to Cook. On the floor for Rich. Anderson, Cook, Smith, Jarman, and Weston. And even as Jarman comes up court, 2 Bears just start to push him back out of the key. Trying to gain position. Anderson fakes the 3 from the right wing. Gives to Weston. Short corner, baseline jumper, too short. Peterson with the rebound. He'll fire ahead, and Smith knocks it loose, but coming up with it is Joey James. He'll drive into the lane and miss the layup. Offensive board by Peterson. His shot is blocked, and Jarman has the rebound. Cook up ahead to the free throw line. Back outside to Jarman. Rebels swing it around. Aaron Smith fakes the 3, drives, floats, and hits from the right side. Aaron Smith with 4 points. And Rich trails 16-9, a 7-point deficit with 4.5 left in the J-Bar Auto second quarter. Down in the right corner, Ashton Carlson in a little trouble, but bounces it back outside to Peterson. Zach with a few dribbles. Gives back to Carlson again. Dribbles right, or back left to Peterson. That was Zach to Hayden. Or Houston, rather. Hayden down inside. Zach again on the right wing. Rebels in a man-to-man defense, trailing 16-9. This Bear Lake defense has been suffocating. And a left corner 2-point shot. No, they'll call it a 3. Zach Peterson with a quick release makes it a 10-point Bear Lake lead, 19-9 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard. Smith bounces right corner. Weston back up top. Pass was deflected. Anderson comes up with it. Cook on the left wing. Rebels swinging around. Smith open 3 from the right wing, and Aaron knocks down the triple. That 3-point shot is brought to you by by Pro Physical Therapy in Kemmer. That's physical therapist Dr. Dallas Clark. 3.5 left to go in the second. Rebels down by 7, 19-12. Carlson, right side. They bounce it down inside. Hayden Peterson back to Houston. Top of the key, 3-point. No, too long. Back of the iron. Cook pulls down the rebound. He'll push up court. Pressured. Loses it. Gets it back. He's trapped in the corner. And will he call a timeout? Coach Brown calling for it. Gets it. We'll take it as well. 3:12 left in the second. Rebels down by 7, 19-12 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard.
This is Rebel Senior Nick Jarman. Thanks for tuning in to Rich Rebel Hoops on KADQ FM 98.3 Rebel Radio with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com.
One of the greatest things about living Randolph, Utah is the friendly folks that live and operate business there. This is especially true at J-Bar Auto on Main Street in Randolph. Serving customers for years, J-Bar Auto provides high-quality service at a fair price, including vehicles large and small, tractors, and other types of equipment. J-Bar Auto also sells quality tires.
We appreciate all of our customers. Call us anytime. We're happy to help.
J-Bar Auto, 90 Main Street in Randolph, Utah. Stop in today.
Rich has taken care of it much better here in this second quarter. Just one turnover to their 5 in the first quarter, but they've been outshot. Anderson gives to Cook. Rebels resetting the offense. Porter Weston back to Cook. Bears sagging back. Anderson left open. He'll take the 3, top of the key. It's a bit long off the back of the iron, and Peterson has the rebound. Houston gives to James and then to Shaw as they cross the timeline. Bears again attacking right to left. They're in the home blues. Shaw on the left wing. Bears with the basketball. Dribbles free throw line. Pull-up jumper is an air ball short. Hayden tries to save it, but it was already out of bounds. And the Bears have a 5th turnover of the ball game. 19-12. Bear Lake on top in a physical game. The officials have allowed a lot of slapping and jabbing and swatting down inside the key. Smith across the timeline, picks up the dribble, fakes a pass up top, now does give to Cook. Jordan dribbles to his left. Defense is not coming out real far, but Rebels not going to shoot from that far out. Smith at the top of the key. Calder looks left, nothing there, lobs back up top. Smith fires right side, Cook. Calder in the corner, or Clark in the corner. A high pass for Cook. It's through his hands, and Peterson goes the other way, misses short. Hayden Peterson rather, with the rebound, and Hayden having himself a great second quarter. 2, 4, 6, 9 points in the quarter. 21-12, Rebels down. Kinnan into the middle, finds Cook. He tries to go up, he's hit, and out of bounds, or did they actually call the foul? Wow. Houston Peterson, his first personal foul. And I got to admit, I'm surprised that they actually called the foul on that shot. Jordan Cook with free throws. 2 Bear Lake Realty free throws coming. Just the 3rd and 4th free throws of the ball game. If you're looking for beachfront or room with a view, secluded mountain retreat, visit BearLakeRealty.com. Buy now and start enjoying beautiful Bear Lake. Cook hits the first and hits the second as well. Rich 3 of 4 in the game from the free throw line. And Rich trails by 7, 21-14. A touchdown deficit, 1:45 left to go in the J-Bar Auto second. Peterson, a wild pass, but Zach tracks it down in the corner. He'll go up top. Cameron Calder steals it, hesitates. He's ridden up court by Trey Shaw, and again a surprising whistle as the official calls Shaw for the foul. And maybe the officials discussed keeping things a little bit tighter here the rest of this half, because that's 2 whistles that I don't think we would have seen earlier or wouldn't have heard earlier in the half. Maybe even earlier in the quarter. Cameron Calder at the free throw line. Trey Shaw with his 2nd personal foul. And Calder was shooting 2 Bear Lake Realty free throws. Actually a 1-and-1. I spoke too soon. Misses the front end, and Rebels, that's all they'll get from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. 1.5 left, and Calder with another station in Randolph steal. He gets across the timeline. Ball knocked away. He gets it back. Smith dribbles away from traffic, picks it up and gives to Calder. Jordan fakes the 3, drives in, goes strong to the hoop. All kinds of contact. He misses. Jarman pulls down the offensive board, and there's no question he's fouled there. He gets the whistle, and Nick will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 Bear Lake Realty free throws. 1:12 left to go in this first half. Our second quarter is brought to you by J-Bar Auto. Jarman's Bear Lake Realty free throw, back of the iron, no good. Nick, just 56% from the free throw line this season. Last year, a 68% free throw shooter. But Jarman's struggling a bit. He hasn't gotten there as much this year. 10 of 19, 11 of 20, but a early entry lane violation against the Rebels. So even that is not bouncing the Rebels' way in this one. 21-14, Rich still trails. 8 turnovers in the ball game. Shaw to Zach Peterson. He'll fire backdoor looking for Hayden Peterson. Pass too hot, too far out of bounds, and they turn it over. So Rich will take over with 1:03 left in the J-Bar Auto second. Looking for our Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet play and shot of the game and the Randolph Country Store adjustment of the game. Rebels cross the timeline against just a little bit of full court token pressure from Trey Shaw. Cook directing some traffic against the zone defense. It looks like a 2-3. Cook holding, calling for somebody to come out to him, gives it to Jarman at the free throw line, then gives to Calder. Right wing, bounce pass up top. Shaw takes it away, lobs it across the key, misses Carlson, but he tracks it down in the corner. Zach Peterson across the top. Shaw fakes the three, dribbles in, pulls up left elbow and hits. Hangs in the air and knocks down the shot. Trey Shaw, that was impressive. The steal and ultimately the basket. 23-14. Calder in the corner, drives, puts it up high off the glass and in. Cameron Calder fighting through the defense with his second bucket. Maybe your J-Bar or your Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet shot. We'll see. Zach Peterson misses the three. Cook turns and travels as Zach Peterson jumped right into his way. And Cook, that's the second time that's happened this game that Cook receives an outlet pass, turns and collides with a Bear Lake defender. Inbound pass, long shot at the buzzer is in off the glass, and they count it. I thought he did get that off in time. It was Hayden Peterson who had a monster third quarter, puts the Bears on top 26-16 at the half. A 10-point Bear Lake lead. We'll take a quick break. This second quarter has been brought to you by J-Bar Auto, high-quality service at a fair price.
This is Rebel Senior Jordan Cook with coverage of Ridge High Basketball on Rebel Radio KADQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com.
The best family vacations create lifelong memories. The Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming has teamed up with the Riverton Golf and Country Club to bring you great golf getaway packages for the whole family. Come for a couple of days, golf, eat, relax, tour the Wind River Indian Reservation, and enjoy the Native American tribal dancers. Pet rooms are available so you can bring the whole family and stay. Call today the Wind River Hotel and Casino, where families play, stay, win. 866-657-1604.
When you have dental care done, you let the dentist and the hygienists into your personal space. It's important that you and your family trust that your dentist will provide professional care in a comfortable atmosphere. Comprehensive Family Dental is a family-owned and operated business that understands how important this trust is. 2 locations make it convenient for you and your family when scheduling appointments. When it comes to your dental work, expect the best. Call Comprehensive Family Dental today at 435-793-2210.
As the hospital closest to Bear Lake, professional medical care is always available at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. As a full-service hospital, Bear Lake Memorial offers an emergency room that's open 24/7. They treat patients of all ages. Other professional services include physicians' clinics, assisted living, home health services, counseling, dialysis, physical, occupational, and speech therapy, orthopedic care, and skilled nursing. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
Make this winter epic when you rent from Epic Recreation in Garden City, Utah. We rent cabins, snowmobiles, snowcat razors, snow tire bicycles, snowshoes, and more. Thank goodness winter is long, because at Bear Lake, we make it epic. Call us today and book your epic adventure at Bear Lake. Recreation and lodging packages available year-round. Call Epic Recreation today or book online at epicrecreation.net.
Whether you own a business or run a household, understanding where your money goes can help you improve overall financial stability. It can also help you reduce stress and help you plan for the future. Certified public accountant Gary Tusher understands money, income, expense, taxes, investments, assets, depreciation, and more. Make sure when it comes to your financial security, you're working with the best. Gary Tusher, CPA, serves business customers and private individuals. Call Gary Tusher, CPA today.
Welcome back to Rich High School and the halftime show, brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental. Dr. Sean Grohl providing quality family dentistry since 1998. Rebels struggling offensively in that first half. 9 turnovers, a few too many. Nothing, not excessive, but just unable to hit shots. Bear Lake's defense has been stifling, and they've had a little help in the fact that the officials are letting them play and swat and smack and hit and hack down in the paint, and the Rebels have not been able to adjust to that inside. And Rich trails 26-16 at the half. Stay tuned. We'll be back with the Town of Randolph first half highlights after this on Rebel Radio. If you're tuned in online at mylocalradio.com, you're seeing the Rebel drill team perform here at the half, where the Rebels trail by 10 in the Bear Lake rivalry. You tuned in to Rebel Radio, KDQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com.
Hi there, Craig Dearden with Castle Rock Chevrolet right here in Evanston. Of course, it's about finding you that perfect vehicle, but at Castle Rock, it's about a lot more. It's using our experience to get you the best rate. We will get you the vehicle that you've always wanted. It's about knowing your vehicle is in the right hands. Throughout the buying experience here at Castle Rock Chevrolet, we're here for you. If you're ready to buy a new truck, come to Castle Rock. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. We're a different kind of dealer.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires that offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Randolph is located near the geographic center of Rich County, Utah, on a high plateau with an average elevation of 6,300 feet. The first group of settlers, led by Randolph H. Stewart, camped on a knoll south of the present town site on March 14, 1870. Randolph is a town of extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 in the winter. The folks who live here are also extreme, extremely loyal, extremely friendly, and extremely supportive of our youth. Good luck to all the Rich Rebels this year from everyone at the town of Randolph.
We're back on the halftime show, brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental. Dr. Sean Grohl, providing quality family dentistry since 1998. And with offices in Randolph and Hiram, Utah, is there for your convenience. That's Comprehensive Family Dental. First half highlights are brought to you by the town of Randolph, home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from the mayor, board members, and town clerk of the town of Randolph. The Rebels in that first half, and boy, not a lot of highlights to speak of. Kason Trinari had a nice floater from the left side. Cameron Calder with a couple of nice drives to a couple candidates for Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet plays of the game. Shots just haven't been there. Aaron Smith hit 1 3-pointer in the game. Rebels were down 19-9 at that point. They cut the lead to back to 7 with Aaron's 3. But the Randolph Country Store adjustment that I think we need to see is just working the ball quicker. Bear Lake, the Rebels working it around the arc and around the perimeter slowly enough that Bear Lake's rotating defense can move around quickly enough to defend everything the Rebels are trying to do. And I think that goes back to at one point in the second quarter, Rich was just kind of holding the ball. I heard Coach Brown shout, "Run it, let's run it." And I think Rich just kind of a little bit rusty coming off the break, coming off, the last game again for Rich was almost a month ago, December 16th, a Saturday against Mountain View. And at that Flaming Gorge Classic, the Rebels played well, but it's been a while. They've only had a few practices since then, and I think Rich just feeling a little bit rusty. We'll see if they can turn things around in the second half. Aaron Smith had 7 points to lead the scoring for Rich. Hayden Peterson had 14, and 12 of those came in the second quarter. He and Houston Peterson have 21 of the team's 26 points. It's a Peterson show for Bear Lake as far as offense goes in this game. And Bear Lake leads 26-16 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. First half highlights have been brought to you by the town of Randolph, home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from Mayor Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Bridget Pugmire, Melanie Lim, and Clerk Lana Peart. Stay tuned. We'll got more of the Comprehensive Family Dental halftime show coming up after the break on KADQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com.
The best family vacations create lifelong memories. The Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming offers a family dinosaur dig and vacation package that includes digging for fossils at the Wyoming Dinosaur Center, sack lunches, tours of the museum, and lovely clean rooms for a comfortable night's stay. With 3 restaurants to choose from, you and your family will have fun, eat well, and rest easy. Schedule your family dinosaur dig at the Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming today. Call 866-657-1604. We sell fun. Come see and feel the fun when you shop at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. You and your family will have fun year-round, in the water with personal watercraft, in nature driving your side-by-side or riding your four-wheeler, or in the mountains on your snow machine. It's always fun at Cache Honda Yamaha, no matter what the season is. Our showroom is full of inventory to choose from. Start having more fun today. Visit Cache Honda Yamaha between Logan and Smithfield on Highway 91. We sell fun.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
When you have dental care done, you let the dentist and the hygienists into your personal space. It's important that you and your family trust that your dentist will provide professional care in a comfortable atmosphere. Comprehensive Family Dental is a family-owned and operated business that understands how important this trust is. 2 locations make it convenient for you and your family when scheduling appointments. When it comes to your dental work, expect the best. Call Comprehensive Family Dental today at 435-793-2210.
Welcome back to the halftime show presented by Comprehensive Family Dental. Dr. Sean Grohl. Rebels trailing 26-16 at the half. Just 1 pro physical therapy 3-point shot and no real Bear Lake physical therapy points in the paint to speak of. Nick Jarman came in averaging 14.5 points, 10 rebounds. He's on pace for well over that in rebounds. Had 8 in that first half, 3 blocks, but no points. And the challenge of getting points in the paint is when the defense can do everything in their power to keep him out of the paint. It's tough to get points in the paint. If you're watching online at mylocalradio.com, just watch as the Rebels bring the ball down the court. Jarman will battle for position, and the Bears will put 2 or 3 guys on him, just pushing him out to keep him from getting the position that he'd like to get down inside. And that's a strategy that Coach Carlson wants to go with, and if the officials are allowing it to happen, well, then it's within the rules of tonight's game. 26-16, Bears on top. You've been tuned into the Comprehensive Family Dental halftime show. First half highlights were brought to you by the town of Randolph. Our third quarter coming up is presented by Epic Recreation. Rebels could certainly use some station in Randolph steals, and Rich just 3 of 6 in that first half from the Bear Lake Physical Therapy, or the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. And the Bears only 2 free throws. They missed them both in that first half, but they found a lot of other ways to score. Rebels will come out with Jarman, Weston, Calder, Smith, and Cook on the floor, the 5 starters. And they inbound to Cook. Jordan across the timeline to Smith. Aaron double team trapped, and he's in a little trouble. Bounces up top to Jarman. Ball squirts loose. Peterson fires ahead to Schwarting, who, how is that not a travel? I'll never know. Missed the shot, but he danced his way down to the lane, then dribbled once and missed the shot short. Rebels get it back on the missed shot. Porter Weston had the rebound. Cook at the top of the key gives to Smith. And again, the Rebels a little too slow on their ball movement. Cook on the right wing. Back to Smith, looks inside, nothing there. Back right wing to Cook. Rebels attacking right to left in this second half. Cook across the top to Smith. Aaron looks inside, nothing there. Calder for Weston, no. Back to Smith at the top of the key. Aaron 1 dribble. Calder, Jarman in the corner, fires inside, looking for Weston. He reels in the pass, goes up strong off the glass, no good. Rebound fought for, chased down, and out of bounds. Jarman turns and goes, ooh, I thought that was our ball, but no. The Bears take it over, leading 26-16 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard. Rich in a man-to-man defense. The Bears started in a man-to-man, but went to a zone, and they've stayed in that zone. It's been effective. Peterson dribbles once. Weston all over him. Pass to Shaw. Kicks it into the corner. Houston rather, dribbles a few times and dishes back off, and then they give to Shaw to reset the offense. 6.5 left in the Epic Recreation third quarter. A deflected pass. Peterson kicks it outside to Houston. Peterson for three, a little too strong. Rebound, Schwarting. He goes up strong, can't get it to go. Jarman has the rebound, hands off to Cook. Jarman with the block. Jordan goes all the way, fires a pass across the lane for Calder, and Cameron wasn't looking for it. Cameron probably thought that Jordan was just going to go up for the shot. Instead, the Rebels turn it over for a second time in the quarter and an 11th time in the ball game. One of our Rich County keys of the game is to treat that ball like gold. It's the golden rule, and the Rebels have 11 turnovers. That's about where they might want to be for the entire game. Nice cut, pass, shot, foul. Hayden Peterson with 16 points and one opportunity. Porter Weston with a second personal foul. Rebel first team foul of the quarter. And Peterson with a free throw coming in good. That's the first Bear Lake Realty free throw, or Bear Lake make from the free throw line in the ball game. But they've only taken 3 shots from the line. Smith to Calder out on the right wing. He'll dribble through some defense, and what is this? Man, not a lot of contact there. Rebels will definitely take the foul, but as much hacking and swinging as there's been, to see that called a foul, I'm confused. I'm having a hard time following what's a foul and what's not in this game. Smith to Jarman at the free throw line, out to Anderson in the corner. Rebels swing it around. Calder back to Smith. He's got Anderson if he can get him the ball, but it's a high lob, and to Calder on the left wing. They swing it back around. Up top again to Smith. Aaron gets by the defense, then kicks it back out to Anderson. Jarrett, free throw line, back inside. Calder hangs in the lane, hits, and he's fouled. Schwarting will pick up the foul, and Cameron Calder attacking the basket has 6 points in the ball game, and a Bear Lake Realty free throw coming. Walter Schwarting with a third personal foul. So now you've got Schwarting and Peterson with 3 fouls apiece. Calder hits the free throw, and Cameron has 7 in the ballgame. There's a top candidate for your Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet play of the game. Rebels hustling to get a steal on the inbound play, but can't control it, and it's out of bounds back to the Bears. Ashton Carlson across to Shaw, back to Carlson. He crosses the timeline against a Rebel half-court trap. A pass across the top. Anderson gets it away, tips it, oh my gosh. Anderson had it. Ashton Carlson comes down on top of him. Anderson somehow fights through the non-call foul, gets it over to Weston, who's called for a charge. Porter Weston picks up what I believe will be his 3rd personal foul, and we have a timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick break and be back on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. Third quarter action is brought to you by Epic Recreation.
Make this winter epic when you rent from Epic Recreation in Garden City, Utah. We rent cabins, snowmobiles, snowcat razors, snow tire bicycles, snowshoes, and more. Thank goodness winter is long, because at Bear Lake, we make it epic. Call us today and book your epic adventure at Bear Lake. Recreation and lodging packages available year-round. Call Epic Recreation today or book online at epicrecreation.net.
5:05 left in the third. The Rebels trailing by 10 against Bear Lake. And Rich just called for an offensive foul following a steal and a tackle by Ashton Carlson. Ball in the middle. Schwarting, they work it around. Carlson touches it out of bounds. Oh, Bears basketball. I thought Carlson touched that last. I think Cameron Calder did as well, but apparently not. Shaw, the top of the key. Bounces. Rebels have switched to a zone defense, it looks like. Peterson pivots at the high post, has it almost taken away by Calder, but takes it back, and now the Bear Lake fans are upset that they're not getting the same calls that Rebels aren't getting. Peterson, left corner, Houston for three, short, rebound tipped out. It's in the corner, out of bounds, Rebel basketball. Cameron Calder got away with a hold there as Ashton Carlson was trying to get to the corner, and Calder made it look like he was heading that way as well and kind of held on. A 10-point deficit for Rich. Calder, one dribbled. Half-court trap for the Bears. Anderson up ahead to Clark. Down inside, finds Jarman. Nick fades away, can't get the shot to go. Schwarting with the rebound, and he's hit by Calder, who knocks the ball loose, but a foul. And again, they've let stuff like that go all night, and then they call it against Calder here. Cameron's first personal foul, Bears, or the Rebels' third team foul. 29-19, Bears on top. Rebels' lowest scoring output this season was 30 at Bear Lake about a month ago. Now Calder gets in, and that's a clear foul as Hayden Peterson had it at the top of the key. Calder picks up a second personal. 4:03 left to go in the third quarter, brought to you by Epic Recreation. Inbound. Carlson, high free throw line, back outside. Trey Shaw fakes the three, dribbles, gives to Hayden at the high post. Lob inside for Houston. His shot way off target, and Jarman may have blocked it. Pulls down the rebound. Smith comes up court, pulls up for the long three, misses short. Houston Peterson the rebound, kicks out to Carlson. Calder reaches around, steals it away, and puts it up and in. Cameron Calder with a station in Randolph steal, another candidate for the play of the game. And I thought he fouled him, but boy, if they're going to let him get away with it, the Bears have been getting away with it all night, so why not? Kenan Clark with the block underneath as Schwarting tries to shoot. Anderson the other way, and he's fouled, a clear blocking foul. Rebels bench on their feet before the foul came. Trey Shaw picks up his third, so Shaw, Schwarting, and Peterson all have 3 fouls apiece. And I'm gonna mark down on here Cameron Calder with another candidate for play of the game, the steal and the hoop. Anderson outside, drives in, goes up strong, he hits, count it, and the foul. Hayden Peterson says, I had my hand straight up, what can I do? Well, you got him with the body, Hayden. Anderson with the foul and the finish has a chance for the three-point play, and Rich has come alive, matching the physicality of Bear Lake, and that's been the difference here in this late in this third quarter. Anderson's Bear Lake Realty free throw is good, and Rich is within 5. They've been down by as much as 13. Shaw, high post to Hayden Peterson. He'll kick it back outside. They work it around. Shaw for the long three. It's short. Jarman has the rebound. From behind, it's ripped away by Peterson. Bears miss the shot, and Clark pulls down the rebound. Smith up ahead. Calder fakes the shot. Back outside to Smith with just under 3 left in the third. Anderson for 3, left wing. You betcha. Jared Anderson, the triple. And Rich is within 2. 29-27. Bear Lake Physical Therapy shot of the game the other way. The Bears push. They get it to Peterson, who makes the shot, and he's fouled. The Bears answer in a hurry, and Jarman will pick up his first personal. And it may have been actually, I said Jarman, but it's on Aaron Smith, and that's his third personal. So Hayden Peterson at the free throw line misses, and Clark has the rebound. 31-27, Rebels within 4. Rich works it around the arc. Smith, Anderson, left corner. Calder, quick release, the three-pointer, Cameron Calder having a monster third quarter. Rich is within 1. 31-30. Rebels have outscored the Bears 14-5 in this third quarter, and Cameron Calder has 8. He's defending Zach Peterson. Good no call there as Peterson was really leaning in. Shaw, three-point shot, too long. Anderson had the rebound. It's knocked away from him. He goes hard for it, can't get it. Peterson across the lane. Ken Clark steals it, and then Shaw reaches in. Zach Peterson also from the floor reached in. And who gets the foul? Kenan Clark with the rebound on the floor. It's Zach Peterson, his 4th personal foul from the floor. He reaches out and can't believe he's called for the foul. Pretty easy call there. 31-30, Rebels within one, a minute 54 left in the Epic Recreation third quarter. We'll take a quick break. What a comeback by the Rebels. Let's hope they can keep it going when we return on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
When it comes to parts and service, don't rely on anyone other than the team at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. The professional mechanics and parts department team have the experience to help you with whatever you need. When you need to add a winch, get an extra belt or spark plugs, winterize, repair or replace tires, or have a rebuild, they can help. Whatever you need, gift ideas, parts, accessories, or a great mechanic, you'll find it all at Cache Honda Yamaha in between Logan and Smithfield on Highway 91.
Cameron Calder with play of the game candidate. Couple play of the game candidates. He's got 12 points in the game, leads all Rebels, and he's helped lead this Rebel comeback. Rich trailed by as much as 29-16 early in this third quarter, brought to you by by Epic Recreation. And the Rebels have battled back a 16-5 or a 14-5 run in the third quarter. Couple three-point shots, a steal and a layup, a three-point play by Calder. Rich with the basketball. Remember, the JV team did the same. They were down by 16 and came back to win by 2. Smith, right corner, Clark. Holding, looking, nothing inside, goes back out. Rebels work it around. Jarman in the left corner. Battling in position, Clark and Peterson, and Hayden Peterson called for the foul. Kinnan fired up about that whistle. Gives it a little applause after the call. And that's, again, Jarman has been dealing with that all night. They haven't whistled once, but we'll take it. Long entry pass, Smith for three! He hits it, the triple, and Rebels are on top, 33-31. The first Rebel lead since it was 1-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Aaron with 10 in the ball game. That's a Pro Physical Therapy three-pointer brought to you by Dallas Clark, Dr. Dallas Clark. Houston, Peterson to Trey Shaw. Pick and roll, Shaw down inside. Gets the shot up over Jarman and in. And a nice finish by Houston Peterson, who has 9 points, and we're tied at 33. Anderson on the left wing to Smith at the top of the key. Aaron, Anderson, Clark in the corner. Under a minute to go in the Epic Recreation third. Clark drives, then kicks it across the lane to Jarman in the corner. Rebels were a little out of control there, but maintained it. Anderson drives, floats it up too short. Hayden Peterson with the rebound. Shaw pushes up across the timeline with 45 seconds left in the third. Back outside, Hayden Peterson for three is short. Jarman corrals the ball in for Rich. Smith with 32 seconds left in the third quarter. Aaron crosses the timeline, gives to Calder. Houston Peterson tries to steal. Cameron drives right past him and puts it in. Peterson was riding him all the way to the hoop, and Cameron just fought through it for the basket. Calder with 14 points, and Rich is back on top with 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Peterson left side to Shaw out on the left wing. Anderson guarding him. Trey drives. He's stuffed, but a whistle. Anderson puts his hands up. I got him. And Jared got him on the way to the hoop. Jarman had a clean block up top, but Jared picks up his second personal foul. Rebel 16 foul puts Trey Shaw at the line, shooting 2. 35-33 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Shaw can tie, no he can't. Misses the front end. The Bears have not been great from the free throw line tonight. 0 for 2 in the first half, 1 for 3 so far here in the second half. The best Shaw can do is bring the Bears within 1, and Rich will have 7.3 seconds after the shot. Jarman almost gets the rebound. He and Houston Peterson get wrapped up in a jump ball. Possession arrow, Bears. So despite the 2 misses on the free throws from Trey Shaw, Rich can't take advantage. It was a long rebound, and that allowed the Bears to get a hand on it. Joey James inbounds, and a whistle underneath. Foul against the Bears. So with 3.1, who did they call on 22? Houston Peterson, his second personal, said a hold and like a swim move to push his defender behind him. Anderson will inbound, and Rich with 3.1 seconds left to Smith. Back to Anderson, full court jumper at the buzzer, off the glass, a little too strong. And at the end of 3, Rich leads 35-33 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. What a comeback. Rich outscored the Bears 19-7 in that third quarter. We'll be back. Our third quarter has been brought to you by Epic Recreation. Fourth quarter coming up.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Porter Weston, and you're tuned in to Rich High Hoops on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
Well, the Rebels outscored the Bears 19-7 in that third quarter, brought to you by Epic Recreation, and the biggest part of that was that Rich just matched the physicality. Inbound, Rebels go right side. Rich with the basketball and a narrow lead. Aaron Smith out on the left wing. Bears stay in that 2-3 zone, or that zone. Smith, a dangerous pass inside. It's deflected into the hands of Clark, who goes up and puts it in. A fortunate bounce for Rich, and the Rebels are on top by 4. Right side, Ashton Carlson, one dribble, then kicks it back outside. The Rich zone defense is a change. Good ball movement. They get it inside. Peterson misses the shot. Clark with the rebound. Kinnon's 4th of the half, 5th of the game. Smith, long pass. Anderson pulls it in, gives it back to Aaron. He'll fire it right corner to Clark. Kinnon fakes the shot, goes to the hoop, hangs in the air and hits it. Kinnon Clark hanging through the air, puts in the shot. And Rich is on top by 6. Trey Shaw gives to Peterson. Hayden fires across. Zach, no. Joey James misses short. Jarman with the rebound. That's about his 14th of the game. Anderson dribbling. Shaw blocks. Shaw takes it away. Anderson blocked the shot. Jarman blocked the shot, but a foul. And I think Anderson got him first. It'll be Jared's 3rd personal. Shaw with the steal. Boy, he is sneaky quick. Just came in there, took the ball away. One of the other big differences in that third quarter was Rich took care of it. Just 2 turnovers. Make it 3. Shaw hits the first free throw. The Bears just 2 of 7 from the free throw line. 6:48 left to go. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Count on us to care. Bear Lake's big boys, the Petersons, both about 6'1", maybe 6'2". Shaw hits both free throws. In the third quarter, he stepped up and went 0 for 2. This time he goes 2 for 2. Calder around the top of the arc, right corner. Anderson looking inside. An errant pass. It's easily taken away, but Rich steals it back inside. Clark fakes the shot. The defense goes by. Then he shoots, and he misses short. It may have been blocked. Back the other way. Peterson misses, but there for the follow is Schwarting. So the teams exchange turnovers, and the Bears are within 2, 39-37. Anderson down on the left wing. Dribbles up toward the top, gives to Smith. Shaw right up in his grill, going for the steal, but it was a smart pass by Anderson away from Shaw. 6 minutes left to go in the ball game. Rebels managed just 30 points against the Bears the last time these teams met. Jarman coming off a screen. The Rebels were looking for a back door, maybe an alley-oop, but couldn't get it. Calder instead drives, goes up strong, misses short. Jarman knocks the rebound away and gets it back, puts it in. Nick's first bucket of the game. And Rich leads to 41-37, back to a 4-point lead. The Bears have shut him down, but he will not be denied completely. Peterson to Houston. Peterson, right wing 3, good. Houston Peterson from downtown has 12 points in the game. And the Rich lead is down to 1, 41-40. As Smith crosses the timeline, Coach Brown calls for a timeout with 5:23 left to go in this fourth quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, and the Rebels on top 41-40 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Porter Weston, and you're tuned in to Rich High Hoops on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com.
As the hospital closest to Bear Lake, professional medical care is always available at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. As a full-service hospital, Bear Lake Memorial offers an emergency room that's open 24/7. They treat patients of all ages. Other professional services include physicians' clinics, assisted living, home health services, counseling, dialysis, physical, occupational, and speech therapy, orthopedic care, and skilled nursing. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
What a battle we've had here tonight. The Rebels pretty rusty in that first half, scored just 16 points, but came alive in the third quarter. 19 points. They outscored the Bears 19-7, took a lead. Rich has led. The biggest lead was 6 points a few minutes ago, 39-33, but the Bears have came back alive, and they've cut the lead to 1, 41-40. Houston and Hayden Peterson have combined for somewhere in the ballpark of 33 points, maybe 31. I didn't do very good math there real quick, but they've got 30 plus. Smith in the lane. He's the ball poked away, and then he's pushed away by Shaw, who goes the other end and scores. 42-41, and the Bears back on top. Rebels' fourth turnover of the quarter. Shaw with 4 points in the quarter after just 2 points in the entire first half, in the entire first 3 quarters. Smith, Weston, Calder, Jarman, and Cook on the floor. The Bears lead 42-41. Calder out on the right wing. Steps back, shoots the three, misses short. Schwarting with the rebound. Gives off to Shaw. Trey up this right sideline. The Bears attack right to left. Houston Peterson for three, and Jarman rejects that thing. Knocks it away out of bounds. That's Nick's at least 5th block of the game. Inbound to Peterson. Hayden nowhere to go with it. Kicks it back outside to Houston, who spins to the free throw line, turns, shoots, and hits. Off the heel of the basket, the soft touch, and it drops down through. 44-41, the Bears back up by 3. Cook out on the right wing. Bears have switched to a man-to-man defense, and they're pressuring out high. Jordan dribbles to his left, looking backdoor for Calder. Cameron has to save it, and he goes into Jarman. Up top, Weston to Cook again. Back to Calder on the left wing. Cameron dribbles around the top of the arc. Nothing going, so he gives to Smith. Aaron dribbles around the top of the arc, gives to Weston. Porter lobs inside for Jarman. Double team comes. It's knocked away into the corner. Lob to the middle. Smith steals it away, dishes off to Jarman, and Nick hits. Boy, the Rebels fortunate there to keep possession and cut the lead, cut the deficit to 1, 44-43 with 3:37 left to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Count on us to care. Trey Shaw dribbles to his right for the Bears. Houston Peterson guarded by Calder. Up top, Schwarting. Jarman giving him some space. Trey dribbles in, gets in the lane, floats it up off the glass and in. Trey Shaw having a big fourth quarter. Has 6 points. Cook the other way, all the way to the hoop, misses the shot, but he's fouled. The layup with the left hand. Cook just attacking the basket. Jordan, 3 points in the game, all from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line, and we'll shoot 2 more Bear Lake Realty free throws here. The foul charged to Zach Peterson, and that is his 5th. He had just 3 points in the ball game. A dangerous shooter, a tall and long defender. The junior is done for tonight. 3:13 left to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Jordan Cook with a chance to bring Rich back to within 1. Hits the first Bear Lake Realty free throw. We'll have a Bear Lake Realty fan cam try to squeeze that in before the end of the game tonight. Our camera and free throws tonight are brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Cook, second free throw is in there. Jordan, 5 points in the game, all from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line, and Rich was within 1. Putting on some full court pressure. Hayden Peterson travels, and then he runs over Weston after the whistle, well after the whistle. (46-45), Rebels down by 1. A turnover by the Bears, their 13th of the ball game. Cook inbounds to Smith. Aaron across the timeline. That was a good inbound to break the press. Rich bounces inside. Cook looking for Wesson. It's too far out in front. Porter can't get to it, and Rich gives it away for the 5th time in the quarter and a 16th time in the ball game. Timeout, Bears, with 2:59 left to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital 4th. We'll take a quick timeout as well, and we'll be back right after this on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Hi there, Craig Dearden with Castle Rock Chevrolet right here in Evanston. Of course, it's about finding you that perfect vehicle, but at Castle Rock, it's about a lot more. It's using our experience to get you the best rate. We will get you the vehicle that you've always wanted. It's about knowing your vehicle is in the right hands. Throughout the buying experience here at Castle Rock Chevrolet, we're here for you. If you're ready to buy a new truck, come to Castle Rock. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. We're a different kind of dealer.
Back at Rich High School, where the Rebels trail by 1, 46-45 against the Bears, who beat Rich 39-30 earlier this season. Rebels and Bears have had quite a rivalry. Again, going back to the 2004-05 season, I've got 21 matchups. This is the 22nd in the series during that time period, going to 04-05. And Rich won 4 in a row for a stretch. The Bears won 4 in a row, but it's pretty much been back and forth since then. And the Bears have 11 wins. The Rebels have 10. Let's get the Stacy's Repair scoreboard back up there for you if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com. Inbound to Shaw. I don't know if he's sat this entire game. The Iron Man has 6 points in the 4th quarter, 8 in the ball game. Houston Peterson and the Bears on top by 1. Houston holds. He has 14 in the game. Gives to Ashton Carlson. We have not seen Avery Carlson tonight. He has a doctor's appointment tomorrow and will likely play the rest of the season, but the Rebels will not see him again as he's a senior. Houston and the Bears content to run some clock here. Cameron goes for the steal, can't get it, and Houston gives off to Shaw out on the right wing. Bears running down the clock with 2:18 left to go. Houston Peterson on the right wing. Double team, gives to Shaw, spins, sees the lane to the hoop, dishes across the lane. Jarman rejects it and then tracks it down in the corner. The shot by Ashton Carlson, who then reaches around behind. Jordan Cook does a nice acting job, gets the call. Carlson picks up the foul and Cook heads to the free throw line. Coach Carlson not happy about that call. The official was right there, and he obviously saw something. And Coach Carlson may also be upset about after the block. I just heard him say after the block. So Jarman got the block, and then as he came down, hit Carlson, who went to the floor. That's Ashton Carlson's first personal foul. Jordan Cook at the line shooting 1-1. Bear Lake fans try to help out their team. It doesn't work. Cook knocks it down. Jordan. One more Bear Lake Realty free throw coming, has 6 points in the game, all at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. He's tied it at 46 and gives the Rebels the lead at 47. With 2:06 left to go. Cook gets some high fives from his teammates. That's 7 free throw makes in a row for Jordan Cook, spanning back to the first quarter, and Rich is on top by 1. Shaw against Rebel put it out a little half-court trap, but they get through it. Give it to Peterson at the free throw line. Hayden misses, but tracks down his own rebound. It was tipped and tipped out to him. Then Houston, fade away from the right side, misses. Jarman tips the rebound. It's off of Carlson and out of bounds. So Rich has another chance. Jordan Cook will check back in for offense. I may have missed a foul or two. I've got him with just 2 fouls. It may also be they feel better about who his substitution is for the defense. Rich gets it in just in time on a Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound play. We've had maybe just 1 jump ball, brought to you by Rich County 4-H. Cook dribbling up court, and Coach Ashley Brown calls for a timeout. We'll keep it right here with 1:40 left to go, and the Rebels on top 47-46. Boy, Rebels have found a way to find some more points in the paint, brought to you by Bear Lake Physical Therapy, helping Rebels get back in the game since 1998. Again, jump balls tonight are brought to you by Rich County 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. Rach, let's do a Bear Lake Realty fan cam. So just find some fans across the way. Rachel Steineckert running my camera tonight. Thank you so much. Rebel student section over there in cheers, led by the cheerleaders. A lively crowd tonight from both sides. As this is probably the shortest trip for either of these two teams. And an exciting night. There's Chris Hopkin with that black cowboy hat. Our camera is brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Visit BearLakeRealty.com if you're looking for beachfront, room with a view, a secluded mountain retreat, maybe a recreation headquarters, or any number of timeshare options. BearLakeRealty.com is the best. You can talk with Gary and Emmer McKee in Garden City. Rebels on top by 1, a minute 40 to go. Rich has the basketball. What a turnaround from losing 39-30 at Bear Lake on December 7th to what they've done tonight. Anderson inbounds to Clark. Kinnan keeps the ball high and away from the defense, then gives to Smith. Aaron guarded by Trey Shaw. Aaron gets away from Shaw. Shaw flops. Smith misses the 3. Jarman fights for the rebound but can't keep control. Schwarting stripped it out. Good job by the Bears to knock that ball away and not allow Jarman to go back up with it. Give to Shaw. He'll dribble to his right, then back outside. Rebels in a man-to-man defense. Shaw backs it out to center court with a minute 10 left to go. And the Bears down by 1. Smith steps in for a steal. He'll head up court and then back it out and waste or burn some time. Anderson, ball is knocked away and he fouls. Boy, you could hear the slap as that ball was knocked away from Anderson. Hayden Peterson gets away with the steal. Well, with Aaron Smith had that steal a moment ago, you thought that was going to be maybe a Rolene Kennedy play of the game, but it goes right back to the Bears, and Houston Peterson is at the line, shooting 1-1. Jared Anderson picks up his 4th. Houston can give the Bears the lead back with 56.6 seconds left to go. 1-1. The front end is good. It bounces around and falls through. Hit the front of the rim, back of the rim, the glass, back to the back of the rim, and down through the net. Tied at 47. Houston Peterson, who has 14, make it 15 points in the game. Front end is short, and Jarman pulls down the rebound. We're tied at 47. Rebels have the basketball. Clark, Calder, Jarman, Anderson, and Smith on the floor. Aaron dribbled left, back to his right. Shaw hounding him. Aaron better get rid of it. He picks up the ball, looking for a pass. Now gives to Jarman just in time. Jarman back to Smith. Aaron dribbles to his right, follows a screen and a timeout with 32.3 seconds left to go in this 4th quarter. Brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. We'll take a real quick break, or will we? Is this a 30-second timeout? Full timeout, so we will take a break. 32.3 seconds left to go. We're tied at 47. We'll be right back.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Porter Weston, and you're tuned in to Rich High Hoops on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com.
As the hospital closest to Bear Lake, professional medical care is always available at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. As a full-service hospital, Bear Lake Memorial offers an emergency room that's open 24/7. They treat patients of all ages. Other professional services include physicians' clinics, assisted living, home health services, counseling, dialysis, physical, occupational, and speech therapy, orthopedic care, and skilled nursing. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
Been a tale of two halves. The Rebels in the first half just 16 points, 5 in the first quarter. They've found a way to score here in the second half. In fact, outscored Bear Lake 19-7 in the third, and not quite that good here in the fourth, but they've kept pace. Rebels' biggest lead has been 6 points, 39-33 near the beginning of this fourth quarter. Their biggest deficit was 13, trailed 29-16 at the beginning of the third. But Rebels have battled back. Rich has the basketball. Anderson, Clark, Jarman, Smith, and Calder on the floor. Carlson, Shaw, Peterson, Schwarting, and Peterson on the floor for Bear Lake. Rich gets it in on the Mountain Valley Cattle Company inbound play. Smith across the timeline to Calder. Back to Smith. They work it around the top of the arc. Anderson back to Smith. 20 seconds to go. Aaron dribbles to his left, gives back to Calder. Rebels working the clock down, and they'll play for the final shot. Smith to Anderson. Jared looks right, left, back right, then skips it across to Calder. Just avoids a travel, then Calder throws it away. He felt like he was in trouble and tried to get rid of it. He thought he had Clark inside and just gave it away. And with 1.7 seconds left, the Bears will inbound from the sideline. We're tied at 47, and the Bears have the basketball. They're saying they want it on the far sideline. They'll get the ball from about where the Rebel student section is, I believe, and 1.7 seconds. That's maybe time for one quick dribble and a shot. I just noticed Nick Jarman give Calder a pat on the chest and say, "Don't worry about it, buddy. We'll overcome this. We'll go to overtime, and we'll earn the win there." But what a costly, timely turnover for Rich. That's 7 in the quarter and 19 in the ball game. Again, much better than 28 turnovers at Bear Lake when Rich lost 39-30 about a month ago. So what do they do here? Now I've got Anderson with 4 fouls. Nobody else for Rich with more than 3. But that's the last thing you want to do in this situation is foul. Don't want to put the Bears on the line with a chance to win. Especially with 1.7 seconds, their best hope is maybe a long three-point attempt at best for Bear Lake. At worst, a half-court heave. Calder, Smith, and Anderson in the backcourt. Jarman and Clark in the front court underneath the hoop. Jarman right under the hoop, guarding Houston Peterson. Shaw to inbound. Looks, he'll get it into Carlson. One quick, nope, no dribble. He just heaves it way high, way short. Clark is undercut by Houston Peterson at the buzzer, and we're going to overtime. 47-47 is your score on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with an Independent Software Solutions overtime opening tip after this.
This is Rebel Senior Cameron Calder. Thanks for tuning in to Rich Rebel Hoops on KADQ FM 98.3 Rebel Radio with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com.
When it comes to parts and service, don't rely on anyone other than the team at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. The professional mechanics and parts department team have the experience to help you with whatever you need. When you need to add a winch, get an extra belt or spark plugs, winterize, repair or replace tires, or have a rebuild, they can help. Whatever you need, gift ideas, parts, accessories, or a great mechanic, you'll find it all at Cache Honda Yamaha in between Logan and Smithfield on Highway 91.
Calder out on the left wing. Cameron drives. He is hammered. Boy, you saw his whole body and head shake as Hayden Peterson comes away, puts his arms out like, what? Is that a foul? Are you kidding me? Cameron Calder hit hard, and Cameron goes to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line for 2 free throws. Cameron 1 for 2 so far in the ball game. Calder's first is good. And Cameron puts the Rebels back on top, 50-49. Anderson has 4 fouls. Cook with 3 checks in for Jared. Anderson had a great third quarter with 6 points. Calder with 15 in the game. Second Bear Lake Realty free throw is good. Calder has 16 in the game. 2 Bear Lake Realty free throws put the Rebels up by 2, 51-49. 2:50 left to go in this overtime period. Shaw at the top of the key right side picked up the dribble, now gives it away to Houston. Peterson back to Hayden at the top of the key. Rebels in a man-to-man, give to Shaw. Cook with him. Trey dribbles to his right and gives to Houston. Out on the right wing, back up top to Walter Schwarting. He holds, looks for a pass, then gives to Shaw. Trey dribbles left, finds a lane, pulls up at the free throw line and kicks it back outside. Houston tries to drive in and draws the blocking foul. Calder tried to beat Houston Peterson to the spot and then draw the charge, but doesn't work for him. Cameron called for the blocking foul, and Houston Peterson goes to the line to shoot 2. Houston just 1 of 4 in the ball game at the free throw line. Will get 1 and 1. That was a Rebel 9th team foul. Peterson's first is good, nothing but net. So after going just 1 of 4 in regulation from the free throw line, he nails his first free throw. It looked like a perfect swish. His second free throw, too strong, back of the iron. Walter Schwarting, offensive rebound. Kicks it back outside to Ashton Carlson, and the Bears have a chance to regain the lead with 2:14 left to go. Rich on top, 51-50 in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. No, we're in overtime. Our fourth quarter was brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Schwarting, couple of dribbles to his right, gives to Shaw, hesitates into the lane, dish off on a pick and roll to Schwarting, nothing there. Back outside to Shaw to reset. The junior dribbles left, gives to Hayden Peterson at the high post. Hayden pivots around. Boy, he was camped in the lane for about 12 seconds, it felt like. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. He gives it back outside to Schwarting. Ashton Carlson, and now Cameron Calder again. Boy, this time I thought he did beat the man to his spot, but he's called for the blocking foul as Trey Shaw. Cameron just planted his foot on the timeline and used it like a baseline as a second defender. But Shaw gets the benefit of the doubt, and Trey goes to the free throw line. This time he'll shoot 2, misses the first off the back of the iron. The Bears will look back at this, especially if they lose, and say, boy, we need to hit free throws. Trey Shaw, what is he, about 5'6", maybe 5'7" at most, but 8 points in the game, a great shooter, very good ball handler, ties the game with his second free throw. We're tied at 51. Inbounds to Cook. Ashton Carlson guarding him. Jordan misdribbles it off his leg, then loses it and tracks it down on the left wing. He traveled. How? Rebels called for a travel, and he jump stepped. He landed with both feet at the same time, and the official on the far side said he traveled. 1:20 to go. We're tied at 51. Do the Bears try to hold that long and play for a final shot? We'll see. Trey Shaw dribbling way out there. Cook approaches. Shaw drives, floats it up off the glass, too strong. Peterson pulls down the rebound, airballs the putback, and Clark pulls it in. Kenan Clark with 6 rebounds in the game. Cook up across the timeline as we get to 60 seconds left to go. Coach Ashley Brown calls a timeout. Cook pulls up for fun and hits the 3 with 1 minute left to go in overtime. This is reminiscent of, the last few years. The Rebels have gone to overtime a bunch of times with Westside. But including a 4 overtime thriller a few years ago up at Westside on, it was, I think, December 28th or 29th, sometime between Christmas and New Year's. I remember my wife was not excited about me being gone for a game between Christmas and New Year's, and I told her, don't worry, I'll be home early. Well, the game went to quadruple overtime. I was not home early. Much like tonight, we're going to stay a little longer. 1 minute left to go. We're tied at 51. Our post-game show will be brought to you by Saby Trucking, Scott and Diana Saby. Stay tuned for that. Tonight's broadcast is also brought to you in part by Stotts Equipment in Preston, Idaho. They've got a great selection of UDOT lease returns. These are great tractors with remaining factory warranty and deep discounts. Visit Stotts Equipment in Preston, Idaho today at 451 West 800 North. That's Stotts Equipment in Preston, Idaho. Rebels inbound, a Mountain Valley Cattle Company inbound play, tied at 51 with 1 minute left to go. We're down under 60 seconds. Smith dribbles up. Boy, he was swatted by Shaw, but had gotten the pass away. Calder out on the wing, passes up top. Smith goes high. Shaw just about undercuts him, but Smith comes down safe. 43, 42, 40 seconds left to go. Smith hands off to Anderson. Jared picks up the dribble and gives to Smith. Aaron dribbles to his right. Bear Lake fans wanted to travel. They're not going to get it. Smith drives in, kicks it back outside to Jarman. Around to Anderson. Jared left wide open, pulls up. The jumper from the left side was halfway down, pops out. Smith with the offensive rebound. Aaron Smith with a rebound, none bigger in his high school career than that one. And with 20.7 seconds left, the Rebels will get another crack at it. Let me jump back to our epic Rich County keys of the game. The golden rule was number 1. The battle of the boards was number 2. My goodness, that was a big rebound there by Aaron Smith. Rebels, I said, needed to get some second chance points, some second opportunities on offensive rebounds, and they'll get that here with 20.7 seconds left to go. 51-51. Again, our camera tonight is brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. It's the Bear Lake Realty fan cam. You see the Rebel fans all across the way. The bleachers to our left also packed with Rebel fans. If you're looking for any kind of real estate in the Bear Lake area, visit bearlakerealty.com or stop in Garden City or Montpelier at Bear Lake Realty. And talk with your friends Gary and Amber McKee. They are the best. 51-51. Rebels tied with Bear Lake. December 7th, the Bears beat Rich 39-30. Mountain Valley Cattle Company inbound play. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Anderson looking to get it in, finds Clark out on the left wing. He'll hand off to Anderson. Jared dribbles, finds a lane, goes to the hoop, puts it up and in with 14 seconds to go. 53-51. Shaw all the way to the hoop, misses the layup. Smith with the rebound, and he's fouled. Jared Anderson, Aaron Smith. Anderson with the bucket, Smith with the rebound. Shaw tried to force it, and with just with under 10 seconds left, Shaw probably could have been a little more patient. Instead, Aaron Smith goes to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line to shoot 2. The foul charge to Walt Schwarting, his 4th, and Aaron will shoot 2 Bear Lake Realty free throws. Smith's first, good. One more, and this one's in the books. It's a 3-point lead. If Aaron can make it 4, the Rebels win. 5.4 seconds to go. Coach Brandon Carlson asking for a timeout, gets it, and we'll take one final break before this one goes in the books. 54-51, the Rebels on top with 5.4 seconds to go. Smith at the line shooting one more when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires that offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Well, it sure is interesting that, this is not a region game. It's not any kind of playoff game. It's not any kind of, there's really nothing riding on this game. But the intensity, the physicality, I say nothing right, and I just got a dirty look from Staple sitting next to me. There's plenty riding. Hometown pride is what's riding on this game. I apologize. Rebels on top, 54-51. The rivalry, boy. Aaron Smith at the free throw line. One more Bear Lake Realty free throw to come. If he hits this one, the Rebels lead by 4. It's a 2-possession ball game, and it's over. And he hits it. Aaron Smith. Both Bear Lake Realty free throws in. Shaw down in the corner. Houston Peterson shoots the 3. It's an air ball, and the Rebels win 55-51. Rich, what a come-from-behind win. They trailed by 13 points in the beginning of the third quarter. Came from behind, forced overtime, and win it 55-51 in the Bear Lake rivalry. The Rebels tie it up at 11 wins apiece going back to the 2004-05 season. Overtime is what we needed tonight, and the Rebels win. Stay tuned. We've got your post-game show coming up, brought to you by Saby Trucking. That includes the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap and much more when we return on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
One of the greatest things about living in Randolph, Utah is the friendly folks that live and operate business there. This is especially true at J-Bar Auto on Main Street in Randolph. Serving customers for years, J-Bar Auto provides high-quality service at a fair price, including vehicles large and small, tractors, and other types of equipment. J-Bar Auto also sells quality tires.
We appreciate all of our customers. Call us anytime. We're happy to help.
J-Bar Auto, 90 Main Street in Randolph, Utah. Stop in today.
Bear Lake's best information spot is Pugstone Sporting Goods, located at the 4-way stop in Garden City. Find out where the fish are biting, where the best scenic trails are, winter or summer, plus all the other information you need to have the best time ever at Bear Lake. You'll also find hunting and fishing supplies, boat equipment, life vests, clothing, beach toys, sunscreen, souvenirs, and more. Pugstone Sporting Goods at the 4-way stop in Garden City, Utah. At beautiful Bear Lake. Stop in today.
Back for the Saby Trucking post-game show, and welcome. It's brought to you by Scott and Diana Saby. We've got the Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet shot and play of the game, plus the Randolph Country Store adjustment of the game on the way. But first, it's time for the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap at 113 Front Street in Evanston. That's Jimmy John's, where fresh and fast meet. Thursday night, Rebels get back into action in the Bear Lake rivalry. Final game of the 2017-18 school year between Rich and Bear Lake. It's the boys hosting the Bears, and it didn't start well for Rich. Rebels had just 5 points in the first quarter and trailed 26-16 at the half. They just could not find their offense, but they found it at the half. Rich came out in the third quarter and outscored the Bears 19-7 in that third quarter. They battled back from a 13-point deficit, led by 2 at the end of 3. The Bears battled back and forced overtime. We were tied at 47 at the end of regulation, and in overtime, Rich went 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Kennan Clark hit a free throw line jumper. Jared Anderson scored on a layup. A nice drive, and the Rebels outscored the Bears 8-4 in the extra period to win 55-51. Rich improves to 6-3. The Bears suffer just their second loss of the 2017-18 season. Rich wins in overtime 55-51. That's your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Gourmet sandwiches fresh and fast every day at 113 Front Street in Evanston. You're tuned into the Saby Trucking post-game show, and after the break, we have your Randolph Country Store adjustment of the game, plus the Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet shot and play of the game. This is Rich Rebel Basketball on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3 and mylocalradio.com. Stay tuned.
When you need to hire a semi, Saby Trucking in Woodruff, Utah is the place to call. Scott and Diana Saby have been serving customers across the nation since 2007. It's important to know that your loads are being handled professionally by honest, reliable drivers. The team at Saby Trucking reminds you, safety first. Don't text and drive. For all your long haul and short haul needs, get it there safely and on time. Call today, Saby Trucking, 435-503-0454.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The professionals at T7 Propane place their focus on safety, quality product, and excellent prompt service, so you can rest easy and enjoy the affordability and efficiency of propane. Serving residential and business customers every day, T7 would love to serve you as well. For all your propane needs, call T7 Propane in Woodruff, 435-793-4208.
Welcome back to Ridge High School and the post-game show, brought to you by Saby Trucking. Scott and Diana Saby. In overtime, the Rebels earned the win over Bear Lake, 55-51 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Later on the post-game show, we'll hear from Cody Lundgren, Rebel girls basketball coach, on the Town of Laketown sports update. We'll also take a laziest wrenching look ahead at Rich County sports and activities. But first, your Randolph Country Store adjustment of the game, and it came pretty obvious to me anyway. It came somewhere in the locker room. In the first half, the Rebels had scored just 16 points. They matched and exceeded that in the third quarter with a 19-7 outscoring of the Bears in the third. Part of it was just finding their shot from outside. Part of it was working the ball a little more quickly around the perimeter, and I'm sure there was more to it, but that's what I saw, and that's your adjustment of the game, brought to you by the Randolph Country Store. We may be small, but we've got it all. Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock, shot and play of the game. Both came in the third quarter, and Kinnan Clark was a candidate on 2 plays of the game. One, a basket and the foul, and he hit the free throw. Rebels were down by 13 at that point, and his three-point play cut that deficit to 10. Then on the next possession down the court, Rebels missed a shot. The Bears got the rebound, and Calder stole the ball, turned and put it up and in, Larry Bird style, and that cut the lead to 8. Moments later, your Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet shot of the game, Jared Anderson with a 3 to bring the Rebels within 2. 29-27, and those are your play and shot of the game, brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative for Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Again, a win in overtime for Rich, 55-51. Stay tuned on the Saby Trucking post-game show. We've got the Town of Laketown sports update. When we return, we'll talk with Cody Lundgren, Rebel girls basketball coach, right after this on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
There's real power in enthusiasm. It spells the difference between mediocrity and having real, successful accomplishments. The mayor and town council from the Town of Laketown recognize the enthusiasm of the parents, teachers, fans, and students of Rich High School. Whether it's your education, athletics, academics, or even your daily chores, enthusiasm can make all the difference. Founded in 1997, the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho serves Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming, and is proud to sponsor the students and staff at Rich High School. The Mound Valley Cattle Company is established on the foundation of hard work, commitment, and perseverance, knowing that every individual on the team must give their best for the team to succeed. The same principles that students and athletes at Rich High School are learning today that will help them lead tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Welcome back to the Saby Trucking post-game show. Time for the Rebel Sports Update, brought to you by the Town of Laketown. Good luck, Rebels, from Mayor Sim Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Chris Hodges, Gary Ogilvie, and Delora White. Ryan Steineckert with Cody Lundgren of the Rich Rebel girls basketball team. Cody, thanks for your time.
Hey, thanks for being here, Ryan.
Coach, it feels like it's been a little while. Not quite 2 weeks ago, you beat Grace at home. How'd you feel about that game?
That was a great game. That was a great night for our program, actually. We had a real close game in JV, and we came out victorious in there, and then our girls came out and just fired off hard against the varsity team, and, I was just proud of how they played.
You had a good performance, and I thought especially defensively, it seemed like there was only 1 or 2 girls that really had any success offensively against you.
Yeah, they had a freshman there that, scored 20 on us that we had a tough time defending, but we played a man defense the whole night, and we did a good job in it, so I was proud of the girls.
They came into that game, I think, allowing only 35 points per game or something real low, and you guys went off offensively. What was it that made you so effective in that one?
We tried to space that zone out and make them move a little bit. We got the ball moving, and we got to the paint on their zone and got it the backside, and it makes for nice open set shots when you can do those types of things. So I was proud of the girls and the patience they had in our offense and the patience they had to get to the paint. They've worked hard on it all year, and it's starting to come together for them a little bit.
It's probably that I just noticed it, but I thought that your passing was as crisp as I've ever seen it in that game.
Yeah, we've been working that a lot, and when you can spread out and get the zone moving and get the ball moving like that, it makes for good looks. So.
What about this week? You got a full week of practice, and then North Summit coming to town on Saturday?
Yeah, we'll get 3 nights of practice in this week, and then we have North Summit playing us on Saturday.
They've been real solid. These girls played them in volleyball, and you've played them in basketball the last few years. What do you know about them this year?
That's a solid program. You know, Coach Holmes does a good job. He runs good stuff. He has great athletes. They got a sophomore there that's averaging 20 points a game right now, and then they've got girls around her that are going for 6 and 7 points respectively. So it's a good, solid team.
What do you need to do against them?
You know, we're just going to focus on getting better, and we're just going to run normal stuff. We're not going to prepare for them at all because I don't have any film on them. I just know numbers. So we're just going to work on getting better as a program, and hopefully we can give them a good game on Saturday night.
How did the week off go, and having just a little bit of practice last week? What did you see from the girls in practice?
You know, it was still a pretty focused practice. They worked hard, and they came and they got better in those 2 days on the Christmas break. So I was proud of the ones that came.
Did you get to do anything fun for Christmas, Coach?
I got to spend some extra time with family, which is always nice.
Good times. Anything else we should touch on?
No, thanks for being here, Ryan.
Cody Lundgren of the Rich Rebels, thanks so much for your time, and good luck this Saturday against North Summit.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks so much, Coach Lundgren. That was the Rebel Sports Update brought to you by the town of Laketown. Good luck, Rebels, from Mayor Sim Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Chris Hodges, Gary Ogilvie, and Delora White. You're tuned in to the Savvy Trucking Post-Game Show. We'll take one more quick break and be back for the laziest ranching look ahead at Rich County sports and activities on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com. When it comes to hard things in life, don't say, why me? Just say, try me. Remember, it's the tough things that make us the strongest. The cattle ranchers at Laziest Ranching are proud supporters of the youth in our community. Sim, Joe Jean, Carol, and Millie Weston, along with Sim Jr. and Meggie, remind everyone to eat more beef and cheer on the Rich Rebels. That's right. Eat more beef and cheer on the Rich Rebels.
Woodruff, Utah has a long pioneer history with a post office that has been in operation since 1872. Woodruff was named after Wilford Woodruff, the fourth president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and is home to the Woodruff Steakhouse, a former Latter-day Saint office building that is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Our rich pioneer heritage is reflected in all our students by their hard work and commitment to excellence in the classroom and in their sports.
Welcome back to the Savvy Trucking Post-Game Show. In overtime, the Rebels beat Bear Lake 55-51. The Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels were led by Cameron Calder's 16 points, handful of rebounds, couple of steals, and Aaron Smith had 12 points in the game. A handful of others contributed as well. Jared Anderson with 8. Jordan Cook 7. Kenan Clark 6 points, 7 boards. Nick Jarman 4 points, but 17 rebounds and 6 blocks. Kaysen Trenary with a big basket, just the 2 points, but that was a big basket in the second quarter. Rebels were having trouble scoring, and Kaysen found a way to put one through. Time for the Laziest Ranching look ahead. Laziest Ranching encouraging you to eat more beef and cheer on the Rebels. Coming up this week, there's plenty more Rebel basketball. It starts tomorrow night when the Rich boys get right back on the court hosting the Westside Pirates. Another good rivalry game as Coach Tyler Brown brings his Pirates in to face his brothers Ashley Brown's Pirates, or the Rebels rather. As it's tomorrow night, JV or freshmen start at 4, JV at 5:30, varsity is at 7. Our pregame starts at 6:30 right here on KADQ and mylocalradio.com. Then Saturday, the girls basketball team has the limelight as they host North Summit. The Braves will be in town, one of 2A top teams. I think they're ranked 4th in 2A. In the latest Deseret News rankings, the freshmen start at 4, JV at 5:30. Again, our pregame starts at 6:30 Saturday night as well. Also Saturday, Rebel wrestlers are at the Bear Lake tournament all day. University of Wyoming Cowboys and Cowgirls are in action. The girls at Boise State and Taco Bell Arena in Boise, Idaho. Pregame's at 1:30, tip-off at 2. That's right here on KADQ. Also, later on that night, the Cowboys play host to Boise State. That's a Mountain West Conference game, and that one will be moved over to KNYN, I believe, unless there's a conflict with Red Devil basketball. But I believe the last thing we figured out was that the Cowgirls will be right here on KADQ Saturday, pregame at 1:30. The Cowboys on our sister station, KNYN 99.1 FM, the Big Dog, with the pregame at 5:30. And then again, don't forget Rebel basketball tomorrow, the boys versus Westside. Our pregame's at 6:30. And Saturday, the girls versus North Summit, pregame at 6:30. That takes us through the rest of this week and wraps up our look ahead at Rich County Sports and Activities, brought to you by Lazy S Ranching, encouraging you to eat more beef and cheer on the Rebels. That also wraps up the Rebel postgame show presented by Saby Trucking. Scott and Diana Saby wishing the Rebels good luck. Once again, a final score on today's Stacy's Repair scoreboard. The Rebels win in overtime, 55-51. Rich 4 for 4, a perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line in that final, that extra period, and 13 of 16 in the game, 81% in the ball game from the free throw line for Rich. That was a big part of tonight's win, and boy, that was a fun game. Join us tomorrow night when the Rebels host Westside. Our pregame starts at 6:30. For tonight's videographer Rachel Steineckert and our producer Kate Bollender back in the studio, I'm Ryan Steineckert. We'll talk with you again soon.
You've been tuned in to Rich High School basketball on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, with live video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's broadcast has been brought to you by these Rebel supporting businesses and individuals: Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, by West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign of Evanston, the Wind River Hotel and Casino of Riverton, Wyoming, and by mylocalradio.com. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of Old West Media, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the aforementioned rights holder.
Our executive producer is Val Cook. We thank our office manager, Kayleen Anderson, and our sales manager, Julie Burley, along with KNYN Sports Director, Jay Kibbard, and production assistants, Kate Bollender and A.J. Lamb. Big thanks to all of our sponsors and to you for tuning in. We invite you to visit mylocalradio.com for archived games and past interviews with Rebel players and coaches. Thank you for joining us on this presentation of Rich Rebel Basketball on KADQ FM 98.3 and online at mylocalradio.com. Until the next time Rich High takes the court, go Rebels!